All right.
You can have this one.
Hello, the internet. This is our first game at OrCon 2020. This is Mongoose Traveler, and this is installment number 2 in We're from Exodus, We're Here to Help. And this is in Mongoose Traveler 2nd edition. There are 6 characters that I pre-made. Most of them are terrible.
Yes.
Because that's the joy of random character generation in Traveler. So I'll try to monitor the chat room while I'm doing this. And if you guys want to look through your characters, the first page is the character sheet.
Okay.
And the second, the pages after that kind of list in detail.
That's confusing.
I know. What this is giving you is all of the events that happen to your character. So if you want to know why your character's strength is 1, you can go, oh, look, I rolled on the injury table 3 times and I'm missing a limb. And there's at least 2 of them that have that.
And it may be true that I gave you the character missing a limb. I'm just saying.
That may or may not be the case.
I mean, it is. But
So I have a severe injury. Does it tell me what it is?
No, you get to decide that yourself.
Oh, nice.
It could be anything.
lactose intolerant.
But probably one of the characters with low strength, right?
No. Low endurance.
Low endurance, okay. So it might have been maybe a disease or something since it hit your endurance.
Okay.
I have a strength of 1.
Yes, one of the characters has a strength of 1.
Yeah.
Mine's 2.
Do we have to push you
You're
into
double
battle?
as strong as me. Like, I can never go to a planet with gravity. I'm just telling you now.
You're like one of those. You're like one of those
No,
modified characters.
I'm all in now.
You're one of those modified like humans, or like only exists in 0G.
Yeah.
He's a belter.
He's a belter. You have fragile bones like a bird.
Yes.
There you go.
All right.
I feel like this is too close to my real life.
Right?
Oh yeah,
Failed promotion, lose arm, blah, blah, blah. Unit slaughter in disastrous battle. Great.
Where do you live?
on the plus side, these characters had very eventful lives.
Sure.
Thank you.
This just in.
Can we sign it?
Vandals are sacking Rome. This news may be late.
Just a switch.
There you go. Thank you.
Citizen.
Yeah, that's the careers. Citizen just means you had a regular job. You weren't in the military or a spy or an entertainer.
Started boring. Got better later.
So do we get to add any more skills or anything from here? This is
They're
it.
done. They're
All right.
done. If you have skill 0, you actually have the skill.
Got it.
Because if you don't have a skill and you try to roll it, you're at -3.
Got it.
So skill 0 is fine.
Got it.
It's not great, but it's fine.
Skill 1.
Good.
Okay.
Is good. Skill, I think the highest it goes is 3.
You can go higher, but like anything above 3 is like
Legendary.
Yeah, you're the fastest gun
Got
in the galaxy,
Okay.
or
Spiral arm. Let's not get ridiculous.
And we're from Earth?
Yes. Yeah. I'll explain the background here in a second.
Okay.
So this is sort of a moderately low-tech level science fiction setting. In Traveler, they use what's called jump drives. So you go into like a pocket universe, and you can travel a parsec, and that takes like a week.
Got it.
And there is no faster-than-light communication except travel. So ships carry messages from system to system.
There are mail ships.
Well, in this, every ship has some sort of device
Right.
that just collects electronic messages and then broadcasts them out encrypted, and then it's like a before routers, like internet hub or network hubs. That's the way it works basically, and so it's broadcasting everything to everyone, but it's all encrypted. You guys all work for an organization called the Exodus Foundation, which is a NGO that originally is sort of tasked to protect people who went out to these nearby star systems. Actually have a star chart here of the area of space that you guys are in.
Texas.
There's Sol, and I'll tell you right now, you're going to this planet here is where Struve 2398 is where you guys are going.
It's very
Each
scenic.
hex is a parsec?
Each hex is a parsec.
Yeah.
So And we'll start the game like just before you arrive in that system. But the Exodus Foundation basically was founded to help generation ship colonists that went out hundreds of years earlier, and were basically living in isolation and trying to carve out a life on these alien worlds. And then when faster than light travel was developed, here come all these colonists, and they say, "Oh no, you didn't know this planet belongs to the Russian Confederation now. Didn't no one tell you? Oh, sorry. Here's your governor. You didn't vote for him." That sort of thing. So that's what the organization started. Anymore now, because Earth is still horribly overpopulated. So what they're trying to do is make life better on other worlds, so that people will be enticed to leave Earth, which they should already, but they're not. And they're sort of like troubleshooters. And when the government won't help, because the governments all have their hands full, the local governors or the local governments will contact the Exodus Foundation and ask them for help. And that's kind of the premise of pretty much every adventure. There are 3 nations that colonize space: the United States of the Americas, called Ustas, the Russian Confederation, the European Union, and the Chinese Protectorate. And they all have their own sort of section of space that they've colonized. In some cases, generation ships from other nations ended up in a star system that now belongs to a different nation. It's just the way the cookie crumbled.
Right.
So, and you will be going into Ustas space.
Ustas, China, and
EU
Russian?
and Russian Confederation. And if you guys are ready, go ahead and name your characters so I can know what to call you. And you don't have to be American, you can be anything. Because the Exodus Foundation is sort of an international organization.
yeah, it's not my fault. I think I have no choice but to name Lucky.
Lucky. Oh, right. I don't know. You have to arm wrestle for it if you guys have arms.
I have all my limbs.
Oh, you do? Okay.
I changed to this one because he was missing a limb. I didn't want to feel left out.
Right.
So if I have a -1 and no number under social,
You're well liked.
On the other sheet, under social, you'll see a number. That was the actual stat.
got it. So write the stat.
Yeah. The DMs or the modifiers are pretty much all you use during the game.
Got it.
Got a name?
No. It's my great RPG weakness.
Do we give you a name?
No.
How about Steve?
I'll come up with something. Just give me a minute.
Steve.
Everybody else can go first, and
Okay.
then by the time it gets to me, I'll have something.
He's got Lucky.
Yeah, I got
Oh.
Aaron.
Aaron?
Aaron.
Okay.
Aaron Clark. Probably the
ERNAAR.
AA.
Okay.
AA Ron.
What was your character's name?
Lucky.
Lucky. Does he have a last name?
I don't think anyone knows it.
Okay.
I
Cool.
think it's just Lucky.
Okay. It's somewhere in the personnel file, but it's restricted.
Yeah.
All right. How about Tal Schwartz?
Tal Schwartz.
He doesn't go by Schwartz a lot.
Got it.
You want to be Ted
Don't say Bundy.
Blevins.
Okay. Ted Blevins. Okay.
Maybe I should change my Tal and Ted are pretty close.
That will be fine.
People get confused for each other.
We're grown-ups. We can make it happen.
Dave is used to everyone having his name.
Well, that's fair.
That's true.
I'm the one that's missing a limb, so
Yeah.
that'll help.
Limpy Ted or
Limpy Ted or Gimpy Tal.
All right. So the planet you're going to. Oh. Oh, this is the different one.
You failed to do this. You failed to do that. You failed to do this. You failed to do that.
Legitimately, that's what you're hoping with him. Okay.
This guy-
Everything on mine was like pretty okay.
That's what this one was, and I went,
And then
nah,
it
that's
was-
too fun. That's too good.
It was the slippery slope.
Yes.
It was like at the end, I just one little misstep and game over.
This guy's career path was like citizen, corporate agent. I'm like, that's seems too respectable.
I got in the Marine Corps. Things went very badly for me, real bad. But then in the end, I pulled it out, and like as a gimp, I like took care of. I progressed in the Marine Corps and went out well.
This is sort of like a picture of bad choices. Like, I'm gonna become a pirate, and then I picked the wrong side in a feud and lost. He got horribly scarred. Then I tried. I was like, I'm gonna go straight. I'm gonna enter the university. Nope. I'm gonna become an entertainer. Nope. I guess I'm gonna be a drifter. Yeah, okay, do that.
You can't fail at being a drifter.
But I did fail to survive it. So then I got severely injured. and then I failed to qualify for a citizen. So back to being a drifter. It's like, wow.
There's two kind of default bad careers. One of them is drifter. The other one is prisoner.
Yeah.
And you get that, like if you get a certain event that says you've committed a crime, there's a chance that you'll get caught, and then you have to take the prison career, and you take that until you attain parole, and you might end up in there for years. So anyway,
He should be called Lucky.
so this is background information on the world you're going to that you would be presented to. I only made a couple copies of them. But you guys can pass them around. That's a data dump. And then this is your actual mission. And if someone would like to read this, just so people can, at home, streaming, watching the stream.
We all nominate Dave.
They always nominate Dave. There's two copies.
You have a great voice.
You can trade them.
No, I can do it if you want.
It's fine.
You don't need to read the this information is
A
classified.
header.
Yeah.
Don't tell anybody.
We don't want you to know where this came from. Background information. The Congress of Reality, COR, is a terrorist cult that believes that jump drive technology is endangering our universe by damaging the membrane between our universe and a universe of a higher dimension. As a result, COR sabotages FTL-capable vessels to lessen the chance of irrevocably damaging this membrane. COR evolved from an organization with similar beliefs called the Congregation of Reality, or Congregation. While this organization disavows terrorism, Terran law enforcement believes that members of COR are hiding within the congregation. Briefing follows. We have received reports from the Verdant government that members of the congregation have recently immigrated to the moon Verdant. While the congregation has never been suspected of terrorism or any kind of violence, anti-terrorist agencies suspect that COR members regularly hide within the congregation. There is also an Ustas deep space survey vessel called the USS Drake in the Struve 2398 system that is tasked to travel to 61 Cygni, a heretofore unexplored system. The Verdant government has petitioned the Ustas government to investigate the two data points, and the Ustas government has declined this petition, citing both religious freedom and evidence of a terrorist threat, or lack thereof. Local law enforcement has been working the case, but they have not yet uncovered any evidence of the terrorist plot. The Verdant government has contacted us for assistance. Proceed to the Struve 2398 system. Liaise with local law enforcement and investigate the congregation of reality settlers to determine if there is an impending terrorist strike. If such a planned strike exists, the USS Drake is likely the target. If you determine there is an impending threat, disrupt it. The Verdant government has guaranteed cooperation from local law enforcement and will provide legal cover should violence be required to disrupt any plot.
All right. As far as equipment,
We should like some.
okay. I'll just rattle off a few things, and you guys tell me what you're interested in. Does anyone want any weapons?
Yes, please.
Okay.
Sounds appropriate.
Look, I've had a hard life. Weapons are the only thing that bring me comfort.
I have these on my iPad. Let me get them off my iPad a little bit.
I have a skill in guns. It's a rare thing on my thing.
Yeah.
So I would like to take it.
Now, my favorite thing about this whole character is I'm scarred, I have a missing limb, but I have a 2 in athletics. So,
You're ripped.
yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Same. I have athletics. Lots of athletics.
Yeah. Well, with missing a limb, you really got to compensate. You know.
Makes it
I have a
easier to
strength
do
of
things.
1. I'm not missing any limbs, and I have a 2 in athletics.
Did we all get 2 in athletics?
No.
Like, I'm super confused. Okay.
No.
Not so much.
I was
So-
like, mm-mm.
You don't have to take that character sheet. You want to take a different
No,
character?
no, good.
Okay, right.
So if it says augments, is that we have? That's not like a. Is that like a prosthetic?
I have a
or is that
feeling
just
I'm gonna
means
be
that
driving the
those are the
ship.
things that are wrong with you?
So you guys go run athletically, and
You probably have some kind of.
I'll lay down
You
cover
have
fire.
some kind of prosthetic.
Oh, okay. Maybe like a wooden peg leg, space,
I'm good at-
like a
I'm good at-
space version.
shooting the ship guns.
yeah.
I'm not a pilot, but
Are you a pilot?
Checking.
Are you a pilot, Luck?
Not even close.
Excellent.
If you guys don't have a pilot, we'll.
I am the pilot.
Oh, you
good.
have pilot?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. It's 0.
Do you have pilot 0?
Pilot at 1.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, okay.
Perfectly competent.
Perfectly.
I can shoot 2 different spaceship guns.
Oh, me too.
And 1.
Oh, yeah, me too. Maybe we don't need 2 of those though. I can switch to that other guy.
But that's fine. Yeah, it is what it is. I've also got 1 point in the good old standby of Jack of all trades.
Dun, 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 dun.
See, that's why.
Yeah,
that's why I'm
that's the super skill.
Yeah, I'm a
that's the
superhero.
skill right there.
That's why I'm thinking switch because this is almost the same guy. He's got.
Mm.
Yeah, so I'll switch. I'll switch that guy. I don't want to step on toes. I'll take this guy because he has. I can drive a car.
Oh, nice.
In case we're
We'll be
deciding
on
to
a
do.
planet. That's
Yeah, you know.
Okay, one of the better weapons you have is the advanced combat rifle. It fires bullets like a. Basically, but it's better. You just stop and tell me which one you want, and then I'll give you the stats for it real quick.
We can all have it.
Yeah, you have a loadout. I mean, your ship has a bunch of equipment for you to
Okay.
use. So, there is also a what's called a body pistol, which is a concealable weapon.
Are weapons okay on this planet?
For you, they will be.
Okay.
Yeah, the thing said we'd get legal cover for.
Yeah, but there's legal cover, and then there's like the, oh yeah, we don't want you actually like wandering around with.
Please don't carry the same game
Yeah.
in the front yard.
Hip,
Right.
hip mounted.
Yeah, exactly.
This is a fairly low population world. It's tens of thousands, I think.
They won't even see us.
Yeah, I mean, it's,
It's fine.
laser pistol. There's a laser rifle.
No, in this setting are like laser-based weapons better than bullet-based weapons?
They
or
do
just
more. They do a little more damage,
Okay.
and they do have a little more accuracy.
Okay.
But there's a laser carbine, laser rifle, laser pistol.
But they generally have less ammo, right?
Laser rifle has 100 rounds.
Oh, I thought, never mind. I'm thinking
The
something.
laser sniper rifle only has 6, but it also does 5d damage.
Oh,
And I'll explain. When you
That
take
seems like a lot.
damage, you first deduct it from your endurance, then either your strength or dex. And once 2 of your stats are down to 0, you're unconscious, and when your third stat is at 0, you're dead.
Oh, okay. Ah, there you go.
So if any of these weapons sound, and that's probably the best stuff. I mean, if you wanted to take a melee weapons,
Plasma rifle and the 21 range.
blade or a broadsword.
I'll have a blade.
You want a blade? Okay.
I have a blade, a laser pistol, a laser rifle.
Okay. The blade, you want to write this down, does 2d damage.
Pistol.
Laser pistol
Yeah.
does 3d damage,
And rifle.
and the range for that is 20 meters. And the laser rifle does 5d damage. The range for that is 200 meters.
Okay.
Is there like a close weapon, like a vibro knife or?
Stun stick.
Sure, I'll take one of those.
Ah,
Stun stick does 2d.
And it has the stun effect.
Yes. Yeah.
What was the? I missed the damage on the laser pistol.
Laser.
3D.
3D.
Okay. And a regular like dagger blade like thing.
2D,
2D.
no range.
What was the revolver?
Old school.
You want a 6-shooter?
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay, you can do 6-shooter. Revolver, 3D minus 3,
I was wondering.
and it has 6 shots, and it has a range of 10 meters.
The pistol has a range of 20 meters, just FYI.
That's the laser pistol. Yeah.
I'm thinking like this guy. So the character I switched to is like an agent. This is the citizen who became an agent for some reason. So he's like the corporate shell. So I'm thinking like he's like an elegant sort of weapon.
I had rapiers in there. That's all.
No, well,
Really elegant.
I fly in space, son. I don't.
There's also armor. Vac suits, you all will have a vac suit.
Hey.
Yeah, armor would be nice.
The vac suit gives you protection of 9. And that's basically DR.
So that's a vac suit.
That is a regular vac suit. You all have those. But there's other kinds of armor you can have as well.
Do we have to have a skill in armor?
No. Vac suit, you need a skill in order to put it on properly, but if anyone has the vac suit skill, they can check it for you.
So if I have the vac suit skill 3 times, that's still level 0?
Is it on there 3 times?
No,
It
it's
is on
two.
here 3 times. CT. Oh, I see it 1, 2, 3.
So yeah, like 0, 1, 2. So you have 2 of those.
Okay.
A combat implant. I have one.
Okay, give me 1 second.
Okay.
There's also combat armor, if anyone wants to take combat armor.
That would be like, so the vac suit is what you're wearing like in space. Obviously.
Yes.
So a combat armor we're wearing like when you're on the planet.
Yes.
Yeah,
But-
we should have some of that.
But you could wear your vac suit on a planet.
Yes.
And
Oh, it's
still
not, it's not like
provides
a
you the
space
protection.
suit.
I mean, it's a little bulky. Like I don't, especially in low tech, it's not like
Yeah, it's not. It's bulkier, but there's no
penalty.
Oh, yeah, so
The combat armor gives you more protection.
Oh,
Yeah.
Combat armor gives you 13 in protection, while the vac suit gives you 9.
no, it's combat armor.
Combat.
Is there like the thin armor, like long johns? Like
Cloth gives you, at tech level 10, it gives you a +8 for protection. And that doesn't look like, that's cloth armor. I mean, it's not like
It's like
you're wearing a jacket.
yeah.
I think I'd like to be
There's
subtle.
Reflect, which is gives you 10 versus lasers only.
But then you look shiny and chrome.
Yeah.
Yes.
But
Well, like Silver Surfer.
Yeah, a little of that.
seeing Thunder Boy.
Yeah.
So you want your augment?
Well, oh no, those went away. Oh, I have a combat implant, but I don't know what that does.
Okay.
your elbow flips down. And you
It's
start
a bottle
shooting
opener.
people.
That'd be cool.
That's one type of combat.
Yeah. It doesn't say what I'm fighting.
Social combat.
It's like fighting the evils of the bottle cap.
Like, activate party mode.
Yeah. Streamers pop out.
Anyone want grenades?
Yep.
While I'm on the grenade page? Okay.
Why wouldn't we want grenades?
You're not,
Going up against terrorists.
it just says
What
explosive.
is the skill for throwing a grenade?
Probably athletics.
Oh, yeah, I'll take grenades.
Oh yeah, all right.
I'm going to skip that because I don't have that skill.
Any more?
Nope.
Fragmentation grenade.
Flash?
That would be a stun grenade as 3D damage. And then write these numbers down as well. Blast 9 and stun.
And what about the frags?
And that's the range on these is 20. The fragmentation grenade is 5D damage. Blast 9. Range 20.
And how many of those do I have?
Oh, let's see. I don't know. 4 or 5? 5. Let's say 5. That's something that if you're walking around with them literally hanging off your belt, people might freak out a little bit.
Pineapples for sale. Selling some pineapples. Get your highly explosive pineapples here.
Okay, you can have an endurance augment, dexterity augment, or strength augment.
So dexterity, strength, or what was the first one?
Endurance.
Oh, endurance.
And the kind of screwed thing is they're only +1 at this tech level, So it may not have a game effect unless you're very close to being the next DM number higher.
It goes from 8 to 9 as it goes to a +1.
It goes, yes.
Then I'll take dexterity because that will pop it +1.
Okay. Anything else? You guys probably have a few med kits probably in your ship.
So we just assume like we have sort of some general stuff.
Yeah,
If we
sensor suites and mechanics tools, electronics tools, that kind of stuff. You have all that stuff. And you all have, of course, communicators that you can talk with securely.
Is our vessel a land on the planet vessel, or
Yes.
do we have like a ship's boat?
You have a ship's boat and it's a land on the planet vessel.
Oh.
It's a Type Y yacht, and I need a name. Or you can just determine it.
do we have like some sort of land craft in the that can roll out of the thing, or do we need to,
You
like,
have an
acquire
air,
one?
You have an air raft, which is uses like anti-gravity technology.
Okay.
And you can actually take the thing into orbit,
Oh,
but you can use it just to kind of
float her around
like a speeder.
like a speeder. Okay. Speeder that goes into orbit.
Yeah.
Make sure they have that hatch closed.
You have. They don't have a hatch. You have to wear
Put
vest.
your vest
Oh.
on.
It's literally.
Wow.
It's like a big giant metal raft that floats.
Going up's okay. It's re-entry is a little problematic.
Yeah. You gotta go slow.
Go slow.
Go
Yeah,
real
that's,
slow.
that's not. Yeah.
The Harvester? What do you guys think about a ship name?
Sure.
Don't write that down. Don't
Okay.
write that
I'm,
down.
okay. Oh wait.
It was a little ominous, but I mean, it's okay.
Sure.
So, Well, so Exodus is basically trying to get all these theoretically scattered peoples to, play nicely together.
Yeah.
Okay.
That and also,
Keep the peace and
make it better so that people will be more willing to leave Earth because there's a lot of people who are just plain reluctant to leave Earth.
Is Exodus an independent company?
It is
or?
a non-governmental organization that's funded by a trillionaire.
As one does. Is there a thing to its ships' names or anything? It's the name of the company is Exodus. Should we get biblical?
You can. You totally can.
Somebody score anyone?
I feel like it should be named after like the billionaire's kids or something. Like, this is
This is
the
Barry.
Mary one, the Jenny 7 or whatever. But I'm up for whatever. Like we can get a little bit more.
Steve, can you grab the book for that? I want to write down for auto pistol because I think everybody has laser pistol. I take something that has bullets.
Okay.
Just because.
That's you're on the right page.
I kind of like the idea of like all of the Exodus ships are named after. Like,
His kids.
yeah, but like his kids have like obnoxious trillionaire named kids names.
Blanket.
Yeah, that's just
Blanket.
What'd you call it?
Blanket.
yeah.
Like the Fluffy Bunny 12 or something.
But there has to be like dozens of these ships, right?
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So it's like name and a number.
Yeah.
So Lizzie 27.
Yeah.
Which way?
What is it?
Lizzie 27.
The Liz. We're flying on the Liz.
All right.
But they're 20th. There are 28 other Lizzes.
Right. Okay. So you guys are sent to. You're being sent to Struve 2398, which is also known as Verdant. If any of you read the dossier, can you hand me one of the copies of that just so we can have it for notes? Oh, thank you.
Yeah, here you go. Thank you.
Binary star system.
Yeah.
A lot of X-rays. All of the planets that are close to the stars are just bombarded with X-rays, so they're uninhabitable. So the only habitable planet is actually a moon around one of the gas giants, and there's like 4 gas giants around one of the stars, and you're the moon that you're going to, Verdant, is next to the closest one. And I think I gave it a name. Let me find it real quick. Was it Big Yellow? I think it's Big Yellow. Yeah, Big Yellow. It was late when I came up with names for the planets.
I was gonna say the sleep settlers must have been real tired when they got up decided to name that one.
Oh, they didn't send a ship here because they figured there wouldn't be anything habitable because there's too many X-rays. And then there's so when you guys, I'll start in jump space just before you arrive. If there's any preparation or any research or any discussions of what you guys want to do, or if you want to sort of introduce yourselves as your characters, just to kind of set the stage a little bit.
Yeah, probably should introduce our characters, I guess. Lucky.
Yeah, Lucky's a little bit hard. He's the guy that is always wearing his combat armor because he doesn't want to see all the intense scars he has all over him from his experiences in life. And he's kind of always been one of the guys on the ship that's been does a lot of like the recon stuff like that, make sure that deals with that kind of information. And he's also one of the main gunmen, kind of like gunners on the ship, not firing the ship's gun, but just like the hired gun kind of thing. He cannot lift anything heavy, however, so any heavy lifting is not his thing. But I think he's one of those guys who's just kind of real, doesn't like to talk about his past, it's just was too hard on him. Kind of deal.
Okay. I guess Tal is he used to have just like a mundane, he was like a accountant or something, he had just a regular job, and then he ended up quite young getting into, became a company man. I think he was an Exodus company man for quite a while, and went from there, and maybe he even was like, low-level job at Exodus, and he worked his way up to senior agent, which I take to mean sort of a cleaner, more of an enforcer cleaner type guy. Right. So yeah, he's company man. He could got some investigation stuff, but mainly he's there to shoot things and uphold the fine name of Exodus and all that it stands for.
Aaron is a former Marine who joined Exodus after he retired from the Corps and has fallen into the role of pilot. He likes 20th century, late 20th century music, and
Yeah, we know.
everybody knows.
Do Aaron and I know each other? Because I was a
Absolutely.
Marine too.
Yeah.
Well, we've been on the ship for weeks.
Well, yeah, but yes, nailed it.
Or you're just real creepy.
We're not talking about my personal life, Dave.
Do we know each other?
Yeah.
So
You know that in
I
porn?
almost want to say something silly like Aaron and Lucky were injured in a similar event.
Oh, okay.
And I don't run a 40-40 the way I used to.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
you kind of got the worst of the word.
The name like Lucky, I think we know whose fault it was.
That's entirely possible. It was. So maybe you were the pilot on the expedition that we did that went badly.
Yeah.
I like that. Yeah, for sure.
I'm Ted. I was originally a Navy man out of university. It didn't go so well.
It never does.
So then I spent some time, just going from place to place, seeing the galaxy. Been a lot of places, picked up odd jobs, done a lot of cleaning, kind of stuff. But then I decided that it was time to spend some time in the Marine Corps too. At the age of 34.
Wow.
I signed up for the Marines.
And somehow you got in.
And I made it in. I was determined.
Only good role your character made.
Yeah. But then, I only stayed there for 4 years, and then I had one term with them.
The streets were overcrowded and you had no place to go?
Yeah, maybe I just didn't find work for a while, and I was like, well, I guess it's time for the Marines.
I got nowhere else to go.
You needed a home.
You didn't think the Army was a place to go from that point?
No.
Okay.
So, stick to the, at least the Navy and Marines,
Yeah.
there's some kind of overlap there a little bit. Cool, all right.
They're both seamen.
Yeah, we can do this. So, yeah, I'm a double veteran.
There you go.
All right. Okay.
Wow.
Did you get injured?
I got severely injured, not in service, not in either branch of the military.
Oh.
Both of those were pretty okay.
Oh, okay.
It was an unrelated Mongolian hot pot injury.
Yeah, it was, I got severely injured twice as a drifter, and I lost 10 points of strength.
Oh my god.
You're the one that lost 10 points of strength.
Yeah,
I had high hopes for that character because it had a good strength.
yeah.
Started.
I started with 11 strength, and now I have 1. So,
What exactly happened
So,
to you
how
when you were
many-
drifting?
So how many characters did you roll up that didn't make it?
Oh well, they don't kill characters in the
Oh,
later
got it,
versions.
got it.
unless you
They-
get trapped in prison.
That's true.
Die of old age.
And die of old age. All they really do is you have what's called a mishap, and then something terrible happens. And one of the terrible things that can happen is you can have to roll on the injury table, and rolling on the injury table is awful. And you rolled on it twice probably, and you rolled on it once or twice.
Twice.
It happened way more often than it normally should. But I decided that since that's kind of the charm of Traveler,
Let's go. Roll with it.
Says the person not playing. No kidding.
well, I kept making characters. That's why there's 6 characters. I'm like, shit, I've made 3 characters and none of them have a strength over 4. I'll keep going.
I'm just imagining like the ship lands and the gangway comes down and a bunch of dudes come limping down.
Crutches.
Walkers.
So, I have a feeling that it got real bad. Like, I hadn't had work in a while, and I was almost starved to death.
Oh, that could be.
And
You ate your own leg.
no, I have all my limbs.
Oh, okay.
I just don't have a lot of
Atrophy.
strength. Yeah, but then at that point, after I had a strength of 1, that's when I became a Marine.
Wow.
Was he drafted into the Marines?
Yes, I was drafted
Okay.
into the Marines. I don't know.
Standards
how
were
desperate
low
they
that
were.
day.
Right.
Well, they were just like, we need somebody. Like, get out there.
Okay, you sit here and you push this button when we tell you to.
Yeah. Congratulations, you're a Marine.
And by heavens,
This old guy
that's
who
what I
can't pick up
did.
his coffee cup. That guy. We want
Uh,
him.
It was
Yeah.
lowercase m. Marine.
So I have, because it was twice in a row I failed at being a drifter, and then a wanderer first, and then a drifter second, and then I was drafted in the Marines, and yeah. So I have a feeling it was just like malnourishment
Okay.
that over the course of 8 years it took its toll.
So Ted's pretty skeletal looking.
Yeah, I have a feeling I'm like, what's his face? Christian Bale in that Machinist movie.
Oh right.
Just disturbing.
Gaunt.
It's less 6-pack. More can count all of his ribs. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So let me check. They're saying that there's an audio problem. One second.
No, we're just not saying anything interesting. That's probably not what they mean.
Yeah. I think that is probably what they mean, actually.
Yeah.
Like, there's an audio problem. You people are still talking.
We have different grip plays.
Can you just roll some dice and die?
You just roll some dice
All
and
of your-
die.
That's probably pretty accurate, really.
I want a T-shirt that says that. Can you just roll some dice and die?
It's clear again. It's that intermittent
Pop, pop.
electronic thing.
I did just pick up my phone. I put it away. I won't do it again.
I don't know if it's
You
your.
have some like weird unshielded phone or something.
It could be my iPad too.
I wouldn't keep that phone too close.
Yeah, don't.
To
Yeah,
anything.
don't.
I put it
nothing
away.
natural.
I put it away.
No, I mean like you.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
in general.
It's like a tumor
certain
causer
thing,
right there.
Yeah, I'd get a selfie stick and kind of hold it out.
Right?
Maybe
Don't
a
put it in
lead
your
pocket. Like,
One of those lead sleeves.
yeah, exactly.
All right.
All right.
Okay, so
That's a good character name.
Lead sleeve.
Faraday.
Oh.
yeah, it is. Okay, so you guys jump into the system, and as you're coming in, you can see that there is there's like 3 gas giants, and there's 2 ice giants beyond them, and there are you're going to Struve 2398 Alpha, and then in the distance you can see the binary star, and it has a couple of planets around it as well, but not nearly as many as Alpha does. And as you're approaching Verdant, the moon around the innermost gas giant, as you're passing the third gas giant, you see that you see the ship that's the Drake that is being prepared, and it's got like this sort of like space dock sort of
skeletal
Yeah.
thing around.
Around
Gantry thing.
yeah, and you can see there's guys working on it, and then you can see welding going on and all kinds of stuff like that.
So there's like ships in system like messing around.
This system is a little off the beaten path. Currently, you're probably the only ship in flight. Because I mean, it's kind of off here, and what they're doing, they're going to do a deep space mission to go to start to explore these planets here.
Okay.
That's what that ship here is there for.
So they didn't build the Drake here. They just like restocked.
They're refitting it.
Refitting it.
Yeah, they're refitting it with longer range drives. So, and then as you come into system, now you can at this point you're in system. So if you want to call ahead to the local police chief, you can do that. And they gave you. Did I give you the name of the? Is it in there or no?
I don't think so. Just the version.
It wasn't in the thing I read.
It wasn't. Okay.
It just says liaise with local law enforcement.
Okay.
Also, do we have a captain? Probably not me.
Captain Lucky.
Right. I think it'd be a bad choice all the way around.
And whatever gaps you guys have in skills for the ship, we'll assume there are NPCs.
So I'm the pilot. Does that mean I'm the captain?
You could be.
Sure, why not?
Yeah, sounds good.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
made
just-
the mistake of talking just then. So yeah, it's you.
Right?
This is all your fault.
Yeah.
All right.
I get the feeling that I'm like the IA corporate guy. Like
Yep.
I'm like in the back writing reports.
Like, I'm HR, sir.
Yeah, I was about to say, I'm from Human Resources.
Yeah.
We're here to help.
Yeah. In this case, we shoot you.
Right. Hello, Drake. This is Elizabeth 27. And I'm calling to Drake, or am I calling Vernon?
It's up to you. Verdant, you can call the Verdant government. You probably have a channel that you can use
Yeah,
for
we're
that.
supposed to-
Or if you want to contact the Drake station, you can.
I contacted Drake. Just
Okay.
letting you know we're in the area.
Okay.
It's a little sparse out here.
The dock master. Read you loud and clear, Drake. Welcome to Verdant.
Thank you. Any news about these core creeps?
I spoke with the security force chief, Vostok, and she said I guess they had a ship on planet, and it took off, I don't know, a couple weeks ago, and we never saw it enter jump space. But we weren't able to track it because our sensors here aren't very good, and then the sensors for the Drake aren't up yet.
Got it. You know the colors of that ship? It's a hailing signal. What's it called?
It's it's called the Amelia 6,
Amelia 6.
and it's a standard Type T short range free trader.
Got it.
It's from what I understand, it's a long-term lease vessel,
Got it.
and apparently these congregation people lease the thing.
Maybe that's something we should scan for since our sensors are online.
Yep. Thank you, Bexy.
Is his name Bexy?
Backseat.
Oh, Bexy.
So I'm behind him. He's like in the down going.
All right. We will check in before we leave the system, so we don't plan to be here long. You don't hear from us, something went bad.
10-4.
Thanks.
Why do we want him to be captain again?
He's got the piloting skill.
Yeah.
Dang it.
He can fly
And
his
all of
boat.
his limbs.
He can pick
Wow.
up a lasso.
Wow. Too soon.
The bar's low.
Too soon.
The bar is very low.
Well, because if you don't have the limbs, you can't pick up. Anyway.
So then I radio into Verdant,
Okay.
and does Vostok pick up?
They give you a channel to talk to Vostok.
All right.
This is Darlene Vostok.
Hey, security commander. Security commander?
Security Force Chief.
Security Force Chief.
I like the idea that Force Chief is a rank.
Yeah, Force Chief.
This is the Elizabeth 27 hailing in.
Oh, you're the Exodus vessel.
Yep.
Oh. What's your ETA?
Hours. We'll be there soon.
Okay.
Anything we should keep an eye out for?
Well, the congregation ship took off about 2 weeks ago, and we got reports from the congregation inhabitants because they have a small settlement here, and it was not supposed to leave.
Oh.
I contacted the space dock, the Drake space dock, and they
Yep.
said that they weren't able to track the vessel, but they said there were no tachyon bursts, which indicate it did not leave jump space.
Right.
So it's here in system somewhere.
Got it. Just hanging around, looking for trouble.
Or gonna make it.
Any number of the head count?
Well, there's 4 people missing from the congregation settlement.
Got it.
They happen to have been the crew of the
Jinkies.
ship.
Got it.
Because they most of these charter vessels, it comes with a crew, but if you're going to provide your own, assuming that they're capable, you can save money. So since it's a church, they figured they would save some money, and it just so happens that the drive engineer, the pilot, gunner, and mechanic, or astrogator, are all are the ones missing.
And by missing, you didn't find them hijacked or anything like that.
We're-
Somebody joyriding in their vehicle.
Well, no, they went missing. They noticed them missing. The ship took off in the middle of the night,
Got it?
and it makes a lot of noise down here. It's just a quiet planet, and all the local congregation settlers all come running out of their houses, and the ship's gone. And then they take a head count, and those are the 4 people they found missing.
Quick add a question, or add a character. How secure are comms?
These comms are pretty secure.
And out of character question. Is there a way to kind of fly around and just be stealthy?
You don't really have a stealth package or anything like that.
No, not us, but could something be rigged?
Possibly. I mean, certainly military vehicles have things like that.
Got it.
But like a rented free trader, probably not.
Probably not.
So they're,
But
just,
I mean-
they're just hiding somewhere.
Probably.
Got it.
I mean, if they're using their drives, you would probably see them right now. If they were like burning somewhere,
Right.
there would be an energy signature. Your ship would just pick it up. Probably wouldn't even need it.
But if they're
Make
just
a roll.
if they're just drifting somewhere, then
If
we
they're-
have to scan for them.
Right.
And of course, you guys have scanned for them. You got nothing.
Yeah, we had a free trader came in. Let me find it.
Wonder how hard they look though.
John Gordon, he's a independent trader. He was leaving system, and I asked him to do a sweep, and he said he'd found nothing. There was no sign of the Amelia 6. He's jumped out, due back sometime this week, we think.
Got it.
But we don't have any sensors on the planet, and the Drake station. The sensors are short range. They're for dodging navigational hazards around the
Exactly.
gas giant.
Asteroids, giants. What's your call? You want us to come down and shake hands, or do you want us to poke around and see if we see anything floating that should be floating?
That's up to you. I mean, we're in over our heads here. I mean, biggest crimes we have are some bar fights and an occasional theft. We've been looking around. I got a pretty good rapport with the remaining congregation people here. If you want, you want to come down, I can introduce you to them. If you want to look around first, it's entirely up to you.
You got any that are active radicalized, core?
In hindsight, probably the 4 that are missing. The rest of them, they don't seem. I mean, obviously, if they're trained, they can hide that kind of stuff from us. But they seem like nice people. They just have this weird thing about jump drives, which is kind of ironic since they took a jump drive to get them here.
Right.
That one was fun.
All right.
That was the right kind of
Yeah,
jump
that's
drive.
right.
I'll check in a couple hours. We're gonna cruise around, see what we see.
10-4.
Thanks, Fawcett.
Okay.
It's not suspicious at all that ship left suddenly and never left.
Yep.
I'm curious why they just take off in the middle of the night. Seems like they could have come up with a reason and made it not suspicious at all.
Can't trust religious zealots. They do weird stuff.
This is true.
I mean, it's true. If they are if they are planning some terrorist activity, you think they would be keeping much more lower profile than that.
Yeah,
Well, their profile's pretty low. Nobody knows where they're at.
yeah but
Yeah,
we know
but-
that we should be looking for them.
Right. I mean,
Whereas if they had just been like, oh, okay, it's our time to go with ship, we'll see you later,
and then just never went.
and
into-
never left the system, nobody would have really thought twice about it.
Right. So if we go down there, they'll have one more jump drive to take offline, and
Though-
we're instant target.
Yeah, but it seems like from what Intel was saying that the Drake is going to be the major target because it's much more higher profile than just our little ship. And if the one advantage of going down there would be we could chat with the locals and see if we get any information on the 4 that left. That is our mandate, is to go down and talk to people.
Yeah.
And
Then you also have a ship's boat, so you could leave your ship in orbit and take the ship's boat down.
Right.
Leave our ship
And
in
even if something happened to that, they've got a way to get stuff into orbit. The government does.
Who's that inflatable autopilot guy?
Well, my fear is we leave the ship in orbit
And then they come in
and they decide to fly in and casually destroy our ship while we're gone.
if this was a military operation, we'd be scanning this area, trying to figure out what the heck's going on first before we just make any heads.
Well, definitely.
We're already scanning.
Are we? Did we not? Do we have to roll? on
We
that or
haven't rolled to
something?
scan
We
yet,
haven't rolled
but
yet.
we are scanning.
Okay.
I say we just succeeded.
I like that too.
We don't need Stu here. We'll take care of this for
Any
you.
indie game traveler.
Yeah, that's right. I remember where the Pips formerly was.
I feel like I should succeed right now.
Yeah. This is the power of positive thinking.
Right.
The secret RPG.
That's right. Did you win? I won.
My agency says I succeeded.
That's right. I called.
Well, I definitely think we should probably swing by the Drake a little bit, fly around that a little too, take a good look at it, see if we see anything there.
See what the security looks like.
Exactly.
We'll fly casual.
All right.
We should probably say that there is, out of character for a second, we should probably, maybe there is like a couple of NPCs on the boat just so we can like leave someone on the boat and have to guard it.
Oh, yeah.
24/7.
Yeah.
There's like backup pilot, backup like, guy who sweeps the floor guy.
Right. Is this like a boat of 10 people, 20? Like,
It's a fairly large. I think they're 800 tons displacement, so it's a pretty big ship.
The
Probably-
one we're on?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it's probably got a crew of. I mean, a typical crew because it's a converted yacht. When it's an actual yacht, it's probably got a crew of 20.
No.
But you don't need 20. You need an engineer, you need a pilot, you need an astrogator. Those are the 3 you have to have. You probably have a medic. I don't know if any of you have the medic skill. If so, that.
No. Oh yeah. No.
Lucky doesn't.
yeah, like he does not.
So you probably have a medic.
Got it.
I actually have one of 0.
Hey.
Well, that actually makes sense.
Yeah, this is what I learned
Yeah.
from like wrapping myself up.
Do we have an engineer?
We do have an engineer. We are not amongst them.
Right.
There is one somewhere.
You know what's the best thing about this? Is like, we're the extra guys.
Right, yeah, exactly. Yeah, the crew's like,
The actual
whatever.
competent crew members are all the ones that are like, oh yeah, we're just the guys on the ship. We're just gonna like, this is our like training crews. Like, they're like, you guys are in charge. We're just gonna stay here.
In charge.
Yeah.
All right. So we scan.
Okay. Someone want to make the sensors roll? Intelligence plus sensors.
I don't have
Intelligence
a
isn't
sensor
really my
skill
thing. Oh wait. I do have
on my
some
sheet.
intellect.
Nope, I have
Electronic sensors. I think.
Oh, is it under electronics? Oh,
Yeah,
I don't
sensors
have
is
that.
under electronics.
I can
You have,
roll
you have
at a
electronics.
-2.
Maybe you have sensors.
I do have electronics.
We have a 0.
I have a 0.
Well, that's
Could be
better than-
sensors.
Okay, it could be sensors.
Okay.
You can decide that now because anything that's got parentheses, there's specialties. So when you come to one and you want it to be that specialty, then you can assign.
It's a very profession. I'm assuming, for this guy at least, it's probably corporate agent. Is that a profession? Is that what that means? Vaguely?
No, profession is like.
Chef.
Th- Yeah, it's like it's like sort of the miscellaneous skills that aren't covered
Oh,
by
gotcha.
anything else.
Gotcha.
Jobs usually.
Okay.
Okay.
Ceramic
So what am I
thrower.
rolling? 2d6.
You're gonna roll 2d6. You need to get an 8,
Got it.
and you're gonna add your electronic sensor skill and your intelligence.
So my electronic sensor skill is 0. So there's
So
nothing there.
no
No
modifier.
plus,
And
no
I don't
minus.
have a plus or minus for intelligence.
So you just roll
Just a
8 or
straight
higher.
roll, 2d6, 8 or higher.
All right. I got a 7.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure you just rolled squiggly line. What?
They have dots.
Okay. What in the world?
For those of you who can't see and we can't get a close, they're Japanese characters?
Yeah.
Japanese characters on the on
I
these.
mean, the Chinese would say they're Chinese characters.
I don't want to question either one of those ethnic groups at this stage.
But there's also dots.
Yes, they're also dots.
Okay. You're not getting anything. If the ship was like under burn, you would.
Right.
I wouldn't even make your roll.
Right.
Is that thing on?
Yes, it is backseat.
We're here to help. HR.
Yeah. So, is there a mechanic to get assistance or anything like that? Or,
Sure. Yeah, you guys have. Yeah, get the engineer or mechanic.
Yeah,
Sure.
Okay. So I can't increase that roll or anything.
Wasn't on.
Definitely.
Definitely not.
Yeah. He helps you out.
All right. So
Oh.
8.
Huh?
If I can increase that roll, that's 8. Or do I roll again?
No, you're good.
Alright.
It's clear. I mean, the only sensor signatures or energy signatures you're picking up are the Drake and the station that's surrounding the Drake,
Right.
and the stuff on the plant on Verdant. On
Is
the
that
planet.
because the Drake is loud? Sensor wise?
No, it's not loud yet. It looks like they're probably like testing the APU.
So if I were to kind of pulse my jets, would I show up on these sensors?
Yes.
If I were to pulse my jets and just drift for a couple days, I would not.
No, you can use
Is that
active scanners. I mean, you can do that. The only I'm assuming this is just a regular sensor roll. You can also I'll let you make a scanner roll.
Right.
But that broadcasts where you are to everyone.
That's give me a ping, Vasily.
One
ping
big
only.
one. So I guess that's the question. Do we want to announce our presence to these people?
They know we're
They're
here.
gonna know real quick.
Like, there's
detect-
no other ship in the sky,
You can-
and we're moving.
Well, but we
Like,
could be a trader for all they know, or just a merchant. I mean, to say. I mean, actually, that the ping wouldn't. Well, I guess a free trader wouldn't be doing an active scan of the system.
Maybe if the planet was like, hey, be on the lookout, there might be a ship out there with ill intent.
It doesn't announce our identity. or anything.
I can ask.
No, it doesn't announce your identity,
Okay.
but it does say there's a ship there.
I can ask the Drake to ping.
No, their
Oh, they're
sensors aren't
busted.
Their sensors aren't up on operation yet.
I'm gonna assume it's been like a few hours.
Yeah.
They working yet?
They're not working
Are
out.
they working now? Are they working now?
They may never work.
There may be some very critical design flaws. Maybe you send this survey vessel and they're like, We couldn't even find any stars.
Right?
What do your sensors look like? It's just a long stick out the front of the ship.
We're the last ship that ever saw the Drake. It becomes like the Flying Dutchman out of this area.
And like, they leave, and the people at the dock are like, "Should we have installed this stuff?"
Right. Should we? No.
Should we have extra parts?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's do the active ping. I mean, what's the worst that's going to happen is they go, "There's a ship active pinging." I mean,
All right, we active ping.
Okay, go ahead and re-roll.
All right.
Can I help with my recon skill of 1? Because I would know where to ping.
Sure. Yeah, go ahead and take a bonus die.
Okay.
So you're gonna roll 3 dice and take the higher 2.
can I help with melee?
No.
Okay.
That's only if the machine breaks.
Mission.
All right, I got a 6. I got a 5. I
So
got
11. Okay.
Can you read the squiggles?
Nope.
Nope.
Not even a little bit.
5 dots.
Okay.
No dots is a 6.
Ah, very cool.
It's an 11.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
That's good. That's real good.
All right. You are not picking up. You are 100% certain that except for the Drake, there is not another ship in the sky except yours.
Any asteroids, floating rock out here?
Oh, there's all kinds of
Debris.
there's moons around gas giants and ice giants, and there's no asteroid belt, but there's a few. I mean, there's a few celestial bodies, and you're picking all those up. I mean, it takes time because you're sending out a signal and it's bouncing stuff back. So it probably takes, I don't know, a total of maybe 30 minutes, 40 minutes, and then you basically get like a map of everything.
So we wouldn't detect a ship if it was landed on an asteroid or landed on a moon or something, right?
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
And they could have just landed on the planet again for all we know. I mean, turned around and.
They would have known that if they'd have landed again, eh?
This is a low population planet. It's possible they may have landed, come back. You probably need to talk to them.
Okay.
Because I mean they have like air traffic control stuff and things like that. But
But
there's not like a big satellite network around the planet yet.
And it's sparsely settled, right?
Yeah, it's like 20 or 30,000.
So I mean, they could have landed. They could have re-entered on the other side of the planet and just flew low, and snuck up somewhere if they really wanted to.
Okay.
I don't know what they would have done with that, but it's possible.
Unless you guys have any more ideas, I think we're going in.
Did you want to fly past the Drake and?
I did. I definitely want to go look at the Drake real close on a slow flyby.
Okay.
See if we got anything, if we see anything out of place or anything like that on that ship.
We go look
See
at
if we started
the
something heads in.
under the ship where they released the trash on the Drake.
Okay.
That's right on the side there.
Okay. You can do a flyby.
So I hailed him, let him
Okay.
know. We're just doing a cruise by.
No problem.
Captain, I must protest. Surrender is a perfectly opposite.
Buzz the tower.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Pattern is full.
So you do a drive-by, and you can see that there's like 8 guys in spacesuits, and they're pulling the sensor array off the front of the ship.
Right.
Well, it really wasn't working.
No,
I rolled a 2. That was what I rolled to see if I got the sensors working yet.
It was backwards.
There's like one of the guys in the spacesuits is like gesturing, like, "What are you doing?"
This is a $9 million. And
I want to leave. You taking this thing home?
you don't see anything out of place. I mean, you can pretty much see almost the entirety of the ship because it's basically like these girder things,
Right.
and there's a couple little habitats attached to the space dock. But it looks like most of the work is done, and now they're all concentrating on the sensor system up front. And you kind of go underneath it and check the underside, and kind of do like a slow orbit around it. And it looks fine. You don't see nothing untoward.
Is there any? Can we get a kind of a sense of what the security is? Do they have any kind of security system set up? Like anything to? If someone was like, I don't know, flying a ship kamikaze style at the Drake, could they stop
be
it anyway? Oh,
They'd be fucked.
okay.
I mean, the Drake has weapons. And
On Tuesday when they delivered them.
No, they're on there.
Oh, okay.
You can see there. It's got like triple
The
pulse
normal
lasers or
kinds.
something. You guys have like defensive stuff,
Yeah.
but it goes into unknown systems, and I mean they haven't found any aliens yet, but they know that they found ancient technology.
So yeah.
So they know that there at least were aliens at one point, but survey ships are usually armed. Not a lot, but some. So,
Okay.
but that's pretty much the only defense that you see.
Okay.
So if something came barreling in, and it might screw up the space dock because it's in
Right.
sort of encased in this sort of cage thing right
They'd have to shoot their sensors.
now. They might, and without sensors,
Well, they'd have to see it coming.
who knows if they're going to be able to hit it
Right.
at this point.
It's just that bunch of crew guys, and they're out there, and they just lift up the sensor thing, and they're like,
Hold it in that direction.
point it left.
It's like adjusting the aerial. Like,
You said Ariel. That's so analog.
Yeah.
I'm old.
There's just a dude out
I
front
understood what you said.
fashioning an antenna out of tinfoil, and
Yeah.
Jamming it in there.
Get the hangers. All right. So yeah. All right.
Alright.
We
Yeah, it's time.
head on down to Verdant.
Okay.
we're gonna
Right.
take the. I want to take the ship's boat, not that air raft.
Oh yeah, that air
I
that
get
seems
space
dicey.
sick.
That seems dicey. The air thing. I mean, I could fly it and everything, but it's dicey.
Give me a
Small
piloting
craft,
roll at
Here we go.
but your target number is only 4.
Okay. So I have a +1. What does that mean?
You're going to roll 2 dice. You're going to add your 1, and then whatever your Dex DM is.
Good luck. We're all counting on you.
So Dex. Okay. So plus
Sure,
pilot
just be
plus
joking.
Dex.
Yeah, you always roll with a skill and a stat.
Got it. So I rolled an 11.
Okay.
12, 13.
13. Boom.
Wow.
Shh, bring it down nice and smooth at the
Like
start.
butter.
I didn't spill my coffee when we went down
This
there. That
this
was great.
is this is like this is a podunk planet. I mean, they've got houses, but most of them look at their prefabs, and
3D printed out of mud.
probably yeah, farmlands as far as you can see. It is a pretty planet. Gravity's low, probably about 0.6.
You're like Superman
We're gonna be
here.
great.
I was like, please don't tell me it's a big moon.
Or else you're gonna be on the air skimble that's pulling you around.
Yeah.
The
Oh no! Look over there.
Fetch my litter.
He's on his on
oh, actually, no,
sailboard.
I'm sorry. It's Terra-like. It's size 7, so it's about the size as Earth.
Okay.
The most of the population seems to be the settlement you're going down to is the main settlement, and there is a large structure that is the government building, and it's like 2 stories tall. Nothing here is there's no high rises or anything because you're talking
When you have all the land in the world, why build up?
right. Now you're talking probably 30 or 40,000 people live here. There's 2 settlements. You can see both of them as you're coming in. They're both on the same continent. The one you're at is sort of the northern part of the hemisphere, and there's another one to the south.
Got it.
So you can. The starport is right next to the government building. Fueling resources. There's a couple of food stands set up.
Do we know where the settlement, the congregation settlement is? Is it near the?
You haven't got that information yet.
Okay.
So do we have like a hover pad or board or something like that?
For
Like a wagon?
well, you have the air raft.
Now that we're
Oh,
here,
you're talking
we
about.
can
But you're taking
Yeah.
the ship's boat down, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, we took the.
We took the boat down.
Yeah.
Oh, did we?
Not the raft.
Oh, no, we
Right,
took
the
ship.
boat.
Yeah.
Oh, the whole ship? I
Yeah.
thought we were leaving that in orbit.
Oh yeah, now that we have now there's a competent crew.
Yeah, there are
now.
some.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
you keep the real competent people on the
Yeah.
ship.
They're like, thank God those guys left.
Oh, who knows? We haven't rolled them up.
They could be worse off than
Have you seen our skills?
Well, who knows?
They could have 15 limbs between the 40 of them.
Right.
Lucky bastards.
And 3 good eyes.
Exodus only hires the best.
Right.
We are the Lizzie 27. By the time you staff up that many ships with
Yeah.
the same name,
It's the really
you really dig
bottom of
into
the barrel.
bottom.
Yeah, so we leave strict orders with the people left on, do that scanning, keep everything active, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Well, not pinging.
Not pinging, but just
Keep
Scanning.
an eye out.
But
Let us know if you see anything.
keep the sensors going.
actively
Yep.
paying attention to what's happening.
Because it looks like nothing is really. The Drake sensors aren't working, so
Okay.
we have to be the eyes in the sky.
Okay.
So here's a dumb question. Do you want Mama to go, or do you want Daddy to go do the talking?
Well, I'm all right at it too.
Oh, okay. Well,
I mean, don't ask me to go drink it, but
Why would I be doing the talking? I'm just here to observe.
well, you are HR.
yeah,
You're
it's
people,
time.
right?
It's time for you to earn your keep.
What roles was social?
I only have a 6.
There's a few of them.
Yeah,
There's deception.
I have a 3.
There's carousing.
Streetwise.
Streetwise too.
Got it.
Yeah, I have some streetwise. What is steward?
That's literally being like the ship steward.
Yeah.
Like you're the guy that warms the towels.
Julie, the
and
cruise director.
brings the mimosas.
Yeah.
We call it rolling.
You know how to
stew.
make cranes out of napkins?
Apparently, I see what my civilian job was. And admin is just knowing how government works.
Yeah, getting
Red
dealing
tape
with
and-
bureaucracy
yeah,
and
okay.
stuff. Also hiding
Advocate
shit.
is lawyer.
Oh,
All right, Ted. You want to go talk to Boss Tag? I'm gonna hang out here with the heavy loadout in case you guys need some backup.
I'll go with you, Ted.
All right.
Okay.
And I'm gonna hang out with Aaron. Try to keep my eyes open, scout around a little bit, see how the lay of the land is.
Okay.
Seems flat.
Right, flat and empty.
Yeah. Oh, that's farms.
Yeah, that's true. Like I said, flat and empty.
Yeah.
Oh wait, is air breathable here?
Yes.
But you said there's high X-ray.
Not this far out.
Well,
I don't know if that's how X-rays work.
the planet.
They go through everything.
But had they go a long way? I don't know. I don't know. I didn't look it up.
They go theoretically infinitely, but
Well,
it can
you
be
guys are
stopped,
fucked.
I think. But we're in the orbit of a gas giant, so it probably has some kind of magnetosphere, maybe.
Oh, I actually think I wrote on here.
Yes.
The moon, called Verdant, is geologically active, so it has a strong magnetosphere protecting the surface from deadly X-rays.
Hey.
But I don't know
There we
if magnetospheres have anything to do with
That's-
X-rays.
Does now?
That's how we live on the Earth.
Is it X-rays or just regular solar
Yeah,
radiation?
actually,
radiation in
the
general.
X-rays go to the poles. I think he's right.
Oh, really? Okay. Look at that. I didn't look it up, and I
Go science.
bullshitted my way into a habitable planet.
See, but
we go.
I think what we're all overlooking is the fact that the character named Lucky asked if the air was breathable after we walked out of the ship.
Right.
Surprising no one.
He walks out and he's like, this air breathable?
All right. So,
Yeah, but all right, I'm going to meet with
Yeah. I'll go with you.
so
Force Chief Vostok.
what's your loadout? Are you guys like heavy
I'll take my little pistol.
pistol?
Not the. I don't have one of the.
I have my Gauss pistol and rifle strung up off my back, but
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm acting like your guard.
I probably got like the stun stick too.
Okay.
Because that's just it.
I'm wearing combat armor, so impress the locals. Impress,
I'll
as in scare.
just fold back my
Hey.
helmet.
You're fresh meat.
Okay.
But I'm wearing the spacesuit.
You're in the vaccine.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is like that that every
Bulks me up a
every
little
gas
bit.
station in Kansas.
That's right. Yeah.
Every young lady you see is like, "Are you leaving? Can I come with you?"
No strays.
Can you get me off this rock?
Okay. So you go up to the Verdant Security Force.
Great. Seems like a place to meet someone.
Okay.
Walking in.
Little office. I mean, it's little. Looks like maybe 12 people work here total.
Well, that's a lot.
Boxy donuts on the table.
There's a box of donuts on the table.
How do they make donuts?
It's like rocks. It's like a paperweight. It's like a display. One day we'll get a wax. One
Somebody-
day we'll get a donut place.
Somebody used their mass allowance from Earth to bring decorative donuts.
Maybe they
They
made
have
them
to have
local.
oil.
No,
They have to have sugar. Like
they 3D print this stuff, dude.
From one angle, they're great. They turn it side.
Yeah, I mean, this is a FTL colony. So, I mean, there were no
Oh,
generation
yeah.
ship people here.
Oh, okay.
All right. Is there like a receptionist, or is it like walk straight in?
Well, that you walk in and there's like several desks and there's name tags and there's a woman sitting at one, looks to be wearing a uniform with a lot of stuff on the shoulder.
Ah,
She looks promising.
Security
official.
chief.
Force Chief, it is good to meet you. We have come from the Exodus ship.
Oh,
We're here to help.
Thank you. Thank you. I
I'm
appreciate
Ted.
it.
This is Tal.
I'm Dana.
Hi.
We're from the tea department.
Okay.
So,
Her name is Darlene.
Yeah.
Oh, Darlene, sorry.
Okay. I was like, did I write that wrong? Okay. Sorry.
I know it was a D.
she's like, Dana's my nickname. You seem friendly. I like you.
They're Russian descendants, so each of them has like 9 names and it's all interchangeable.
Right.
These cultists.
Yeah. Well, I'll start from the beginning. They arrived here about a year ago on jump ship, which, as I told your captain, is a little ironic since they believe that jump drives are dangerous for some reason I've yet to completely grasp. There's a total of about 20 of them. And they're living in the Dansbury settlement, which is the southern settlement. You probably saw it when you were coming.
Oh, we did.
That's almost all farms. We don't have any industry here per se, but we do have some fabricators and things like that. And but that's down there is pretty much exclusively agriculture. Before they arrived, they had purchased plots of land for farms, and when they got here, they basically set up. They had a small amounts of mining equipment that they were using to kind of get the soil prepared for planting, and they were kind of keeping to themselves and just planting their crops and tending. And they had a shipment of prefab houses come in, and there weren't really any problems. And then I would say about 2 months ago, and I've talked to him. I've gone down there and talked to the head guy. His name's Isidro Garcia. And seems friendly. Doesn't act like a terrorist. Doesn't seem dangerous. He doesn't seem even real preachy. But he's the one that told me that fuel truck, because they don't even have a starbase down there, so they have to use they have some fuel trucks that can go and refuel by remote if they need to, because they didn't land here, they landed down there. Obviously, they're hauling all their stuff down there. And that was about 2 months ago, and he didn't order it, but I guess the fuel truck showed up and refueled their ship. And he asked, I guess there's 2 brothers that are part of the crew on that ship, and he asked them what's going on. They said, they run out of, they're getting low on fuel, and the power reactor was going to shut off, and they needed to keep the power on for the ship. Which
Does that sound legit?
no, not really. I mean, if you needed to do that, you could probably keep the thing running with 4 or 5 gas cans, fusion reactors.
Right.
So
The only reason you need a lot of that fuel is for jumps.
exactly, or serious maneuvering.
Nah.
Like if you're flying around a system for 2 weeks without leaving.
And then 2 weeks ago, he said it happened. Isidro told me it happened in the middle of the night. It was like 3 a.m. They heard this big roar, and everyone comes out, and they can see the engine flare from the ship, and it's gone. He's a little freaked out because I guess the ship is leased by the church.
So as
It's
far
a-
as he's concerned, it's stolen property.
Well, probably. I mean, he hasn't said as much to me because I mean, they kind of keep to themselves and they seem to want to kind of handle things themselves. But I don't know what he's going to do about it. It's not like they got a second ship they can go chasing them.
So the only other than the whole ship leaving mysteriously, you've had no issues with them.
No, none at all. No, they seem friendly. Isidro's. I've gone and had dinner with his family. I mean,
Did they seem to buy their farmland in a cluster, or are they
Yeah.
intermixed with?
it's kind of set up along the main road. There's one road that connects the two settlements, and it's all kind of set along a stretch of that road that no one's bought yet.
I chime in from the conference line.
We have a conference line.
Sure.
Did
Who's backs it now?
did any of those pilots leave relatives?
No, I got the two brothers, and then there was a husband and wife, but no kids, and he's getting a little reluctant because everyone, you know, they have a bad reputation because of the whole Congress of Reality thing, and so they're not real forthcoming with information, at least not to me.
So they don't disavow that group.
I think
It's
they
more
technically do. I think they technically do disavow them
On paper.
on paper.
Yeah, yeah.
But in reality, it's kind of the worst kept secret in Terran space that this sort of splinter group is hiding within the congregation.
But that doesn't necessarily mean that all 20 of these people are terrorists, but it doesn't mean
Or
that they're
any
not
of them.
terrorists. You know,
Yeah,
either.
yeah. It may have just been the 4 that came on that ship.
But you probably should go down and talk to them anyway.
Yeah.
So how many people in the Dansbury settlement are? There's 20 of the congregation, and then there's a bunch of other settlers.
Oh, there's about 6,000 or 8,000. And it's
Okay.
pretty spread out because this is farm country. So I mean, there's one family over here, and then you can go 5 kilometers, and another family over here. I mean, it's spread out. They've got a sort of like a town center where there's a general store.
Meeting house sort of a thing.
Yeah, ag hall.
Out of character question, how far apart were the two settlements? You said they were on different continents,
Oh, they're on the same continent.
but just
But
Oh, they're
the
probably
northern
like-
and southern end.
Different
Yeah.
hemispheres.
Yeah, they're probably
A
like
couple thousand
20,000.
yeah,
so we'll have to fly.
a few thousand kilometers.
Yeah,
Probably.
we'll need
Yeah.
to fly there.
Yeah. We're not walking.
Well, they had that road, but
All right, let's rent a truck. Road trip.
Road trip.
6 weeks later.
I'm playing my music. So I pipe in. What are the odds that they've landed somewhere else on Verdant, and that they're not in orbit?
It's possible. We only have this side of the planet sort of covered because we only have 2 settlements,
Right.
and they're all on this one continent. So I mean, if they landed, in this hemisphere of the planet, we would know about it.
Right.
On the other side, but now that the only maybe the Drake station might have detected if they're re-entering if they left atmosphere, which it sounded like they did because they were, I mean, tail down burn.
You don't have any records of any traffic? Do you guys record?
No, we don't really have anything to track any of that yet.
Besides, Drake might not even have picked them up if they,
Yeah.
depending which way they were facing when all that went down. Is there anything on the other side of the planet? Anybody lived there that you know of?
No, there's no settlements over there.
But not even like
Rando-
loners or
randos?
No, we try to keep because since this planet has its own indigenous ecology, We're trying to keep ourselves separated from the rest of it.
All right. Sally, or Ted, you have any other questions?
No,
What do you think about space jumping?
I turn off his mic.
I don't say that.
She says, if you want, I can introduce you to Isidro.
That'd be-
If you think that would help.
That'd be
but
great.
if you want,
do we want to come in like the long arm of the law?
Well, I think we're probably going to appear that way
Let me
no
get
matter
some
what we do, but I think maybe some, I mean, I'll probably say this to you once we leave, but, you know,
Okay.
yeah, but we don't know who to trust at this point, so maybe go down and take care of things ourselves.
Yeah. But I mean, you know, we go down there and we're like, Exodus is a known quantity.
Yeah.
Like, oh yeah, we're usually trying to help out. And, you know, you
We
guys
heard
are doing
about your missing ship. We want to help.
yeah. You guys are doing the right thing here. You came, you bought some land, you're working it, doing your thing. Great, but
If you don't tell us where they are, we're gonna have to jump to conclusions.
get off the mat.
We don't care about their politics. That's their own choice.
Yep.
But what we do care
Man,
about
these
is
farms sure do look flammable.
Oh man,
Too soon?
Way too soon. Get back in
we
the
should
back
warn
seat.
them that we're player characters.
Murder hobos in space are still murder hobos.
And we ain't
It's one to grow on.
And we ain't never played this game again. So
Exodus is like, we sent you on one job and you burned down half a continent. Well, yeah.
seem like the right choice.
we
They
didn't realize it was
they
the dry
weren't there.
season. Okay,
Had you met us?
it was only supposed to be 400 hectares.
Yeah, I mean,
Like,
we confirmed
mistakes were made.
they weren't there. All right.
yeah, the ship wasn't hiding in the field.
We burned down all the possible hiding places.
So my antenna is on their excavation and mining equipment. If any of it's missing, then maybe they're developing another settlement.
See, but that's not the danger. Isn't developing another settlement. It's like I'm thinking, if their target is the Drake, like how would they go about it? I mean, going out and finding some asteroid and putting that
Nudging
ship
it the
on
wrong
it, putting some
direction.
engines on that, and barreling it down.
It's one way.
I mean, there's probably lots of others too. I mean, certainly. I mean, I wonder if any of the. That's a question, I guess. So, I mean, before we leave Vostok, do any of the congregation people? They're all farmers. Do any of them have jobs like, let's say, with the Drake? I mean, do they leave at all?
no. They're strictly settlers. I mean, there's like a machinist down there. They have their own machine.
Yeah, like a smith or whatever, you know,
Right.
to repair things and. Okay.
But no, none of them work at the. That's all run by the Scout Survey.
Yeah. Okay. Well, maybe just if we could let him know we're coming down.
Absolutely.
You want me to call ahead for you?
Yeah, just let him know
and,
we're coming.
and let them know we're trying to help.
Okay.
We don't want anybody jumping to the wrong conclusions.
That's our job.
All right. Okay. Yeah, I'll make a call.
Our comm doesn't work, does it?
No, I was just.
Anytime Stu rose for comms,
I know, it's all bad.
Sensors and comms, it's all gone.
Okay, so
Oh, the squelch.
So, is there any chance you could take a ship and use its parts to build a rocket base or anything like that?
Rocket base.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm wondering if like they could build like something that could shoot at the Drake terrestrially.
Oh, sure. You could convert a ship into something like that easy.
Okay.
Yeah, you could rig it so that the fusion reactor goes too, and make a big giant hydrogen bomb.
But they'd have to get that to the Drake in order for it to do
But
it.
you could launch it. You have rockets.
Sure. I mean, you could automate it and just set the ship on autopilot and say, go that way.
Right.
What's the flight time between here and the Drake? I think it was hours.
Hours. Yeah.
I mean, I guess if they will. So you're thinking like they're on the other side of the other side of the Hemis planet, build this thing, launch it.
just trying to
Yeah.
think what is the benefit for being on the other side of the planet.
It's hard to say. I mean,
You know, this planet is not a target. There's enough going on here that, like, the Drake wouldn't know anything was coming for maybe an hour. And if they know that
hours. I mean, a couple hours.
if they know that the Drake has no sensors, like, the question is, what are they waiting for?
Well, the construction slip has sensors, but they're short range.
If they flew at the Drake, he said the Drake
Yeah.
wouldn't have a chance.
Yeah, because they would see it too soon or too late
Too
to
late.
do anything about it.
Right.
It still seems like if that was their plan, what wouldn't doing something in space make more sense? And then, but same question: what are they waiting for?
And where are they?
Right,
And
well-
so if they're here,
Yeah.
they could launch an attack from here. If they're in space, they can launch an attack from space.
Yeah, I mean, they could have been on one of the moons or another asteroid. They,
I think the logical question here is why don't we just sit up there in our ship, protect the Drake until she's ready to go,
We have people doing that.
right?
We're doing the other part.
Well, we're here. We might as well go down and talk to the congregation, see if we can finagle some sort of information. If that doesn't work, then
When is talking to religious zealots ever become useful?
Lucky, relax, man.
All right. I'm along for the ride. I'm here to keep you guys alive.
I
Not so
have
bad.
one whole point in the investigation. I'm gonna use it, gosh darn it.
And you should. Lucky just doesn't think so.
I have one job. It's stupid, but I'm gonna do it.
So, we can head on down.
Yeah, I'll take the boat.
All right. You take the boat down there.
Yep.
And you see the little set. She tells you about where it is. And it gives the coordinates.
Is it worth our time taking the long way?
You could. I mean, it's a planet. It's big. I mean,
How long would it take?
a few hours probably. I mean, you're basically in a spaceship, right?
Right.
So I mean, you could get into a low orbit,
Right.
take the polar, do like a polar orbit. I mean, it would probably take you an hour to get there. If you go directly, it'd probably take you 3 hours.
Let's
Conversely, we could just call the ship and have them to a planet like. Because I'm assuming they're in geosynchronous from where we are, but we could have them just do a planetary scan while we're waiting.
Oh sure, yeah, you can absolutely do that.
Yeah.
Not that I'm adverse to spending a few hours or many hours in this small contained boat with y'all people. I'm just saying, if we have a starship, we can totally do that.
Your seat.
Listen, we elected you. We can unelect you.
There was no election.
Just because you can make the go button happen doesn't mean that like.
The go button. You know what?
I have one job on this ship, and it's to repeat what the computer said.
Exactly, but I'm gonna do it.
Okay.
All right. So,
So yeah, they're gonna get out of geosynchronous orbit and do a scan.
got it. We take the direct route.
Okay.
Just follow that road.
Go see Yessie.
Alrighty. So you get down there, and they have they've got like.
Do we have anything from space that the locals might think is cool?
Well, these people all got here from Terra
Right.
recently. I mean, these are
In the last year.
yeah these are
So,
are
like,
these are
do we
Terran
got like
colonies.
ketchup
Oh
baked
yeah, stuff
beans?
like that. Yes.
that like would
Yeah, stuff from your commissary. Absolutely.
yeah, because theirs just flew away.
Right. Especially now. Yeah.
We have ketchup packets.
Not only that, you guys have like a large supply of humanitarian aid on your ship
Got it.
for like disasters, because you're kind of like a combination of like the Red Cross / troublemakers.
We're like Dr. Cops.
We've eaten a lot
Right.
of those
We're
famine.
like
We've eaten a
doctors
lot of those famine
and
biscuits,
cops.
Right.
Doctors with some morals.
So,
though. But we've eaten
We
a lot
can
of those
shoot
famine
you
biscuits
with
because they're really
fiction.
tasty.
Right.
Red Cross mercenaries.
That's right.
Famine biscuits.
the Red Cross Mercenary Diaries.
There you
I
go.
like this. Okay. So we head down and
Okay.
see, is negotiation a skill or anything?
There are a couple of social skills.
Persuade.
Do we have any social skills
Your,
amongst us?
your negotiation social skill would probably be broker, I'm guessing. That's mostly for like trading, but you could use that. You've got deception, diplomat, investigate.
Because
I have that one.
I can be deceptive.
Persuade.
otherwise, I'm
Streetwise.
going to streetwise this stuff,
Okay.
and I don't know if you're gonna like how it goes.
Why do you keep looking at me?
Your HR.
I've got.
Because
We have to
Snitch,
run
I mean,
everything
Tal,
past HR. We're worried.
He runs it by me, but he doesn't care what I think about it.
It's true. I just want to make
just
sure you
checks
write
that
it down
box.
correctly.
I am writing it down. Trust me, I am writing it down. Oh boy, howdy am I.
I don't want
Oh.
you getting it wrong.
I don't know how Streetwise would work out in like a
Farming
religious
community.
farming community.
You're non-streetwise, eh?
Yeah.
Well, I could use investigate to see, try to figure
Yeah,
out
I mean that's
something.
something. I can be deceptive. Like I can be like, hey, so
Act like one of them. I hate jump drives too. Despite the fact I fly around in them as a, for a living, but I don't like it every time we do it.
I hate it. It's the worst.
I hate myself every time we make a jump.
All right. So we get down to see
Isidro.
Garcia.
Okay, so you head down there, and they've got like looks like about 10 farmhouses, all sort of these prefab things, and they've got farms, and it looks like they got crops because they've been here for a year.
Yep.
Crops look like they're doing pretty good, and they've got like a sort of like a large barn that seems to be sort of like their town hall or whatever you want to call it. And when you guys land kind of on the outskirts of the farm, people like look up and kind of are congregating to see what's up because they don't see a lot of ships here.
Right.
Do we see just like as we're coming in, like where the other ship probably took off from? Like,
Yeah, you can probably see blast marks. Well, probably not blast marks, but
Yeah.
but you can probably see impressions where it was.
There's probably only a couple places where they kind of want you to land. I mean, these
Yeah.
things are
And they're
heavy.
like, hey, right in the middle of our crops.
Yeah.
Right. Don't land on my corn.
They can make a baseball field out of it.
If you're gonna land on crops, land on the kudzu.
Nothing will hurt that.
No one need that.
But that'll claim your ship.
Yes, it will.
So let's start with two humanitarian kits. How many do we have?
Oh, a lot. I mean, you can go to places where like large cities where there's hundreds of thousands of people,
Right.
and provide enough equipment, like medical equipment, that a hospital would supply.
Got it.
So
Okay.
you have, I mean,
There's only 20 families. We could probably hand out 20 and be like,
So we start with two,
okay.
and start with the peace. Start with the peace offering.
Okay.
Going out real slow.
Yeah, and they, like,
Oh, yeah.
Everyone's kind of there when you guys approach, and you can see this sort of short older man
Yeah.
kind of comes up, gray hair, little wisp of gray in his beard, comes up.
Mr. Garcia,
Yes,
how are you?
I'm very well.
we heard you lost a spaceship.
Yes. Oh, yes. Darlene. Darlene told me that you would be coming down to help.
Can we start by handing out some supplies? You guys okay for supplies?
But do you have coffee?
I might have some coffee.
We can't grow it in this climate.
It's very cool. You need a
Yes.
lot more heat for coffee.
Yes.
So let's go ahead and start with a week's worth of coffee.
I appreciate that. Thank you very much.
Here you go.
And he says, please come in.
Sure.
And he takes you into his.
I hit the chirp around the ship. Chirp, chirp.
Right.
So I think with like they have a little armor, like coat
Oh,
the ship, Batman style.
Yeah.
Yeah, 89 Batman. Yeah.
Right. Okay. So he takes you in, and it's like all these houses are identical, and it looks like they're all like little 2-bedroom houses, with like a kitchen dining room combo thing, a little sitting room. And he takes you into the sitting room.
I'm guessing we're not bringing our like battle rifles into this.
No,
it's more of a
No.
pistol
This
situation.
is a pistol
I
situation.
I'm
won't
also
even
still
bring
in
the pistol.
combat
I got my
gear, though.
Yeah.
I got my stun stick.
And he offers offers you seats, and he says, "Does anyone like tea?"
I'll have some tea. Yeah.
I just had coffee.
Our coffee's Jump Drive brand coffee.
FTL brand coffee.
Splits reality, but worth it.
We had the label Spirit Up Special before we got here.
So he comes back with a hot pot.
Oh, thank you so much. Well, like we said,
Hot pot. I could go for a hot pot.
And then what
they don't
happened
have
to you
coffee,
last
but they
night?
have Mongolian.
Yeah.
So we're from Access. Obviously, we're here to help and introduce ourselves because
Okay.
politeness.
And I don't sit down. I still kind of like stand, kind of at attention.
Okay.
Just
The missing leg.
yeah,
He's a loomer. Don't mind him.
yeah. I try to smile.
That was it.
I like it. It was a good attempt. The attempt was made.
So we understand, 2 weeks ago the ship left rather suddenly.
Yes. Yes, it did.
And I'm assuming you've asked your congregation or your population questions about what might have happened, or if anyone knew anything.
No one really knows. When we got here, and that was about a year ago. Before we left Terra, we were going to use a crew from the company that the church leased the ship from. And then at the last minute, they were told that they found members of the congregation to make up the crew, which would save us having to pay their wages since this is a long-term
Sure.
lease. But they weren't from our congregation; they were from a different congregation.
Yeah, so you didn't know them. Yes.
No, and they really kept to themselves. Their two houses are the ones way down at the end, and you look and it's like there's houses and some farmland, there's houses and some farmland, there's houses and some farmland, and then there's houses and some farmland. Except that those houses, there's no farmland.
And no one lives there now. They're just empty or abandoned. I should say.
Yeah, and they have security locks on the doors,
Ah.
and we can't get in.
We'll check it out for you. Because starship theft it's a serious thing. We need to make sure that we tamp down on this because it's going to cost. The insurance alone is going to cost your congregation tons.
Oh yeah.
I mean, tons of credits. We can't have that. I'm like thinking also, we don't want that destroying anybody else. So they kept to themselves, as you said.
Mm-hmm.
Was there anyone of your population who befriended them in any sense, or could give us any insight on their behavior?
I mean,
prior
they
to their
talked.
leaving?
I'm really the only one they ever talked to because I'm the leader of this.
They didn't talk to anybody else. That's interesting.
I mean, they talked to people,
But not talk.
no.
Yeah.
No, I probably had more conversations with them than everyone else combined.
Did the brothers strike up any romantic interest?
No. Mm-mm.
They weren't being good settlers. This didn't strike you as odd?
Well, yeah, they were. They were a little strange. I mean, when we first got here, they worked. They got their farm going. We had a good harvest, and they had a good harvest. And then we just finished planting season a few months ago.
Mm-hmm. It looks great
Look at theirs. Nothing. They never even planted.
because they planning on leaving it apparently.
Yeah.
On the way from Terra, and since your arrival here, did any of them have any, in your dealings with them, did they express any views that you thought were worrying in any way?
No, they don't. They didn't really talk about
Their beliefs in any sense?
or the dangers to the hyperdimensional reality.
That didn't strike you as odd? Excuse me for saying this. In a religious community, you didn't think that was a little strange?
Well, sure, but I mean, not everyone. I mean, there are some people have
more religious fervor, and some people have less.
But probably hardly have none.
Don't know if why they would join us. Why would they even want to come colonize in our settlement?
That's a good question.
Did they share with you where they learned to pilot?
One of them was in the Navy, but it wasn't Ustas. I think it was the Russian Navy. But he didn't have an accent. Occasionally, I would hear an accent.
Interesting.
Do we have all their names? These 4 people's names? Like, did Darlene give that to us?
No, she did. She didn't know them.
Okay.
Jack and Abel Michaels.
Evil.
Laura Turner. Paul DeMont.
She didn't take his last name. There's the first problem.
Chat room says about that.
The rest of the players would like to disavow this one. And which one was the pilot?
Jack Michaels.
Interesting. Okay. Any other thoughts, gents?
Did they attend services like the rest of your congregation?
Well, we're more a philosophical organization,
Okay, that's fine.
so we don't really have services. We're just all concerned. I joined because I have a degree in hyperdimensional mathematics, and while some of the beliefs within the organization are
Scientifically sketchy.
implausible,
Ah.
I do think that there is some concern when we create pocket universes in hyperdimensional realities that we do not understand. It is plausible that there is some higher form of life in these hyperdimensional realities. Do we want them to know that we exist?
Or are we hurting them?
Possibly. We can't even perceive what these places must be like, if you can even call them places.
You guys can literally hear my eye roll.
All right. So,
You should fix that. It's starting to tick. Get a new one back on the ship.
When did you lose that eye?
did you want to make a roll?
Oh, you investigate roll?
Yeah.
So does investigate
Because-
work? Is that more of a perception-y?
Perception would be recon.
Okay. Investigation is more like actively looking at specific clues you've already found and trying to put them together.
Yeah, or like going through records and stuff like
Because
that.
I'm about to be bad cop, so.
Hold on. If recon is
We can
perception to
check
see if
out
they're
the-
lying,
I think we can check out the houses
Okay,
first.
yeah, yeah.
He's
All
not
right.
going
Or how
anywhere.
sincere he is.
I know.
He's gonna make a
Okay.
recon roll
Yeah.
because he has a lot of recon.
Oh, good, because I don't have any.
That is one thing I didn't realize that was like that perception.
It
Okay,
is.
so it's recon plus
Int.
int, which is 0. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Yes. 8 and 9.
He seems sincere.
So you hear me about to start up.
And I
All right, Mr. Garcia.
Mm-hmm.
Check this out. You guys already have a bad reputation around here. And these guys are making your reputation worse.
I know.
I need you to tell us everything you know,
I've told you everything I know.
and we will
I
make
can't-
it worth your time. You want more coffee? I got coffee. I got Ritz crackers,
whoa, hold on now.
chocolate chip cookies. Now, the alternative is we
Necro
leave.
wafers.
Your buddies blow up the Drake, and everybody around here just craps all over you.
I don't have anything to do with them.
It doesn't matter.
I know.
It's guilt by association. And not only are you getting crapped on, no coffee. So, I need you to tell us all you know. So I'm going to make a streetwise roll.
Okay.
Because I'm muscling him.
Okay.
I don't have any streetwise. I have,
Do you have
I have a
persuade?
0. No.
Yeah, good.
0 to 0.
Yeah,
Yeah, zero,
yeah, you
zero
got
is skill.
You got this.
But plus,
I have -1 for social.
I wouldn't use social. What's your strength?
My strength is +1.
Okay, use your strength. You're kind of trying to intimidate him.
Yeah.
What are these plus things in strength?
Yeah. I don't know. I have no
You can
idea.
have stats with pluses.
Oh, I fail.
Boo. And he tells you, he's emphatic. He's like, I've told you everything I know. We even tried to break into their houses, and they've got some kind of security lock on them. We can't get in unless we break them open.
And
We'll do that for them.
like,
We'll
what's
check
the
it out.
problem? How bad do you want this to go?
What?
Aaron.
we'll go check that out.
Yeah, we'll check it out. Forgive my friend. He's just very passionate.
Right.
He's very passionate about. He wants to protect you guys, and so he feels very passionate about the whole thing. And he wants to make sure that no one comes after you, undeservedly. So we'll go. We're going to check out those 2 houses, and if we have any more questions, we'll come back and
Okay.
talk to you if that's okay.
Okay.
So thank you so much for your aid here, and do enjoy the coffee. It's quite good, and thank you for the tea. It was great.
You're very welcome.
I'm like,
They push me out.
yeah.
Okay.
As we're leaving, I kind of turn around and be like, Garcia, who found these guys for you guys to pilot? Who was the person that put them on your ship?
It came from the national church leadership. I don't even know who those people are, because our church or congregation, sort of arranged this pilgrimage and settlement, and but it was partially funded by the national organization, and the national organization said, "Hey, we're going to send these guys because it's going to save us, I don't know, 100,000 credits for the year and a half the ship's going to be here."
And you don't know how they call up that fuel tank.
Well, they probably just use their comms to call it.
How'd they pay for it?
We have money.
Charges to the settlement accounts.
And you paid for it?
I don't. It didn't come from me. I'm assuming they must have had their own funds. If they're part of the Congress of Reality, they've got resources.
So you didn't pay for it. You didn't pay for that fuel tank.
No.
Interesting.
I was surprised as everyone else when it showed up. I'm the one that asked them why it was here. They told me that something about the power plant needed more fuel. It was going to shut off, and I guess it's important to keep the thing running.
All right. I'll let you folks know. Don't act like heroes while we're here.
We're all gonna like it.
Okay.
Right. We should, after we leave, we should ask Vostok to find out how it was paid for, the fuel truck.
Yeah, where that money came from.
Yeah. I mean, I suspect they probably just used hard credit, but it's possible that we could trace something that way.
Fuel tank costs some money.
But if they're
It's not-
well-funded
it's-
terrorists, they.
Yeah, absolutely. But
All right.
I think that guy's a religious zealot.
No.
so
I
what
also think he's 100% being honest with us.
all
He
right.
seemed real sincere.
I'll give you a fist bump.
Okay.
This is our thing.
Yeah.
All right, let's go check out those houses.
I like they did it right in front of him too. Like he wants to be like that, and he's like, no.
I was gonna be like, okay.
Inappropriate physical contact.
No consent.
Okay.
Yeah.
You can walk there. It's
Yeah.
not far.
We go back to the ship.
Yeah, we have a
get
spaceship.
We get a rifle.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was gonna say we have a spaceship. We're gonna fly there. Thank you.
Go
Fly
walk
through
over
blocks.
the spaceship.
Okay.
That's 500
Fly
yards.
over here.
This planet has a full G. You kidding me?
You know how hard it is to walk around with a gun holding on your hip? It's rough for us.
He's wearing shoes. Those are weighty.
Like he's got those little sand anklet things.
With his strength of 1, he can barely go down the stairs of the ship.
You have to turn the gravity down in the ship.
Oh, free floating.
That's what I've been doing. Like over time, I just keep walking by and turning it down.
Turning the
like
G
0.2%.
down.
0.996,
Yeah.
0.994.
So everybody keeps adjusting, and I'm like, oh, this is so much better.
Meanwhile, you're getting weaker and weaker and weaker, and you don't even know it. Okay. So these two farmhouses are on opposite sides of the road, the main road, and look exactly like Isidro's house.
All right, helmets up, shields down.
Okay.
We blow the lock on the door.
Okay.
Couldn't I just... Because Streetwise like, can I pick the lock with Streetwise?
Oh, you'd probably use
Is that
like
stealth.
Electronics or something.
yeah, probably. I'm sure there's electronic security systems as a.
No,
so
yeah,
I have
we should.
electronic
That's
security
right,
systems.
Boom. So you're gonna cut it open.
Yeah.
Right.
I assume we probably could get our hands on like a cutty tool from
Yeah.
the ship.
Yeah, you got an engineering section. You probably can if you want to get like a torch or something.
Yeah,
The
it's just-
plan is not to be delicate.
Okay.
The plan is also to set off any traps.
Okay, got it. All right. So what
From like,
We'll stand back.
yeah,
Yeah.
Oh,
so
yeah.
what weapon
Yeah,
are
we're
you using? What weapon are you using?
the rifle.
The
laser
laser
rifle?
Okay,
Yeah.
so you're basically just trying to blow
I'm
up.
trying to blow the whole door off.
Melt the hole in.
It's a
Okay.
5 die. I assume that a normal door would be gone.
Yeah. Okay.
And I got his back.
You probably hit the hinges.
You have his
I'm
back?
guessing.
Yes,
I'm going to stand way
Okay.
back then.
Okay. All right. So you blow the you basically melt the hinges.
They know somebody's coming to look in their houses
Yeah.
Oh sure.
after they leave.
If they're here. Or
Okay. And the door is kind of like
Yep.
you can like easily kick it in.
Yep.
And you kick the door in, and it's like when you open the door, there's like a little sitting room here, and there's a couch, table, chair, thin screen on the wall, a couple pillows. There's a kitchen. It kind of reeks
All right.
Like dead body reek or like bad food reek?
like bad food reek.
Okay.
Investigate.
Sure you got all those traps?
No.
All right. I'm going to investigate.
Okay. All right.
I go pop the other door off.
Is that
Across the road.
All right.
intelligence or something? Is that intelligence?
Investigate would be intelligence plus investigate.
Okay. It's 8 plus 10.
Boom.
And I get a threat.
Um,
Different game.
So you kind of start casing the place. This is the brothers, the Michaels brothers' house, and it looks like there's a chest of drawers. There's like a little bit of clothes in there, but not, less than you would expect. There is a couple changes of clothes in the closet. Both beds are unmade.
can't stand people who don't make their
It's like they didn't plan on coming back or something.
Well, they certainly left in a hurry if
Yeah.
they didn't pack up food out of the kitchen.
But it looks like they took. But it looks like they took maybe some of their they packed something.
It does. It looks like they took some stuff with them, and you don't see any suitcases or duffel bags or anything here. In the kitchen, there's some rotted food in there. Mostly, it's like lettuce and greenery and
Right.
stuff like that. It's just all it's like a kitchen nightmare.
Yeah. Could be cake.
This is rotten. And
Could be meat. Could be cake. It's hard to say.
I like a good meat cake.
There's a couple floor rugs, and you kind of lift them up, and you find a floor safe.
Ah. Found a safe.
It's one of the little ones. It's got like a
I look back and they're all outside.
Pretty much.
and it's made like perfectly flat,
Right.
Where it's got like a little catch where you can lift it up, and it actually has a mechanical,
Oh, like a tumbler lock.
like a tumbler lock. But like it's one of those little things that's had like a little handhold, so you can pull this thing out.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna. Well, I can't pick it. If
What
I
kind of skill would it be to try and safe crack it?
I would say streetwise.
Oh, I have that. I could try that.
I mean, that's the closest thing. There is no like lock picking skills because they assume everything's electronic.
And,
I'll try
and
streetwise.
we have some mechanics tools we can use to like not blow the whole thing up.
Right. Let me try to pick it first, and if we can't do that, we won't use our door opener because
We won't use our door.
Yeah, because that's gonna. So
What if this is the trap?
well, if I pick it and I'm
It
successful,
would be
then
super ingenious to put a trap in a safe
who would do that?
and just leave it.
Yeah.
Because you know somebody's gonna come along and be like, "Ooh, a safe."
It's true, but yeah, my thinking is that they don't want to hurt the congregation people
Yeah.
necessarily. Of course, they probably would think the congregation would be stealing their floor safe, but you know, is there a way to try to search, try to detect for traps, like a
So can
bomb
I
stick
use
or
my
anything?
10-foot pole?
Yeah.
Click, click.
I'd like to use a
click,
minion.
click, click, click. Oh
No.
No, I'm just gonna say I'll just do streetwise.
Just do it.
Yeah, basically
mostly
this is the kind of
kid.
thing you're going to lift the thing. You're going to once the code the
Yeah, once I-
combination's right and you turn it, it probably pulls back some tumblers and you lift the thing up and then
Whatever's there.
whatever's there is destiny.
Okay, let's do that then.
Okay.
So is it,
I mean, you can like that.
if it blows up, it's what I'm doing is not gonna matter.
It was your time to go.
That's right. Then I'll use one of these other
Welcome to the amputee club.
That's right. One of us. One of us. All right. So is that intelligence?
Intelligence plus streetwise.
Nope.
Why don't you roll HR?
Hang on.
You have profession HR?
Yes. I do now.
Okay.
He failed.
Yeah, I can't do it. So we're gonna need some tools to get this thing open.
All right.
If it's not very big, can we cut it out of the floor and take it with us?
Maybe back up to the ship and have some sort of.
I mean, the part you're seeing is this big. You can probably assume. I mean, depending how secure it is, it ain't. But it couldn't be more than maybe a foot in diameter.
Right.
You
So
would
if we
think.
just cut a hole,
Yeah, maybe we could just bring it up to the ship and use it.
2 foot of floor and hoist
Yeah.
the whole thing.
You
in.
probably can do that.
We try it with the laser torch first.
Okay.
So
Okay. Someone want to?
I got mechanics.
Okay, there you go. Mechanics. I would say either int or dex. One or the other.
Safe
I
that
have
has
decks.
a mechanical lock. We have starships for God's sake.
So I have a 8.
Jesus.
Okay.
Well,
All right.
also what's here.
They have a vid screen.
They have a vid screen.
They like their stories.
Yes, they watched.
Did Garcia have a vid screen too? Is this like a standard thing, or is that?
Yeah, he's
weird?
going.
Okay.
I'm gonna check the other house in the same place.
Okay, there is not a safe there.
Ah, okay.
I rolled an 8.
Okay.
Does that get us open?
Yep.
All right.
Cut the thing open, pull it out, and there's a little small plastic case, about that big, about that size. It looks like it's made of black plastic or something.
Oh, that safe was much easier to. I was thinking we'd have to bring the whole safe back.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. But cool. All right.
Yeah,
We
Yeah,
found
you
a
gotta
watch.
use a cutter torch and torch
Nice.
it open.
All right.
Oh, I thought we were just cutting the floor open,
That's-
and we were taking the whole safe. You just cut the door open. That's much easier.
I look at you.
Yeah.
Certainly.
Look, I'm not an engineer.
it's not like a safe cracker. It's not like
I
do.
assume we take it back to the ship where the competent people
Tao.
know how to open a safe.
Investigate.
So what does the small thing look like?
Some kind of little case.
Like something that opens. Like,
Yes.
oh, I'm gonna open.
Okay. There's like 3 or 4 little memory cards inside of it.
Ah, memory cards.
We'll say 3. I said 3 or 4.
Okay. Does it need a specific reader? Or is it like a standard?
It
sort
looks
of-
like a standard
Right,
card.
I'm gonna pull out my reader and
Okay.
check out what they are.
Um,
Please don't be religious porn. Please don't be religious porn. Please don't be religious porn.
it's hyperdimensional Cthulhu porn.
Again? We just erased this from Monkey's computer.
Let me see that a minute.
Wait a minute. Tentacles. Tentacles.
So it's video. There's video files.
Okay. Now I'm gonna play.
Okay. And it looks like it has that sort of weird, sort of like crystal clear picture that you get in vacuum.
Okay.
And there's some kind of shape you can see in the distance, and this is obvious. Looks like it's someone's
Helmet
vac
cam.
suit camera. and as they approach, someone switches a light, and you can see what looks like some kind of ship. But it's not buried, but it seems to be in a cave that's made out of ice. And whoever it is walks up and kind of wipes their hand on the hull of the ship, and it's like black and reflectionless.
Does it look like a type of ship that I'm familiar with? Or does it look like really weird?
This you've never seen anything like this, and I mean the whole material,
Like alien-y weird.
could be.
And all 3 video files are that?
Yes, the first one is this initial file,
Okay.
and the guy's kind of walking around, and then there's 2 other files, and one of them it basically is someone basically going on the entire perimeter of the thing, and then there's another one of someone from the ground watching someone standing up on it, and go ahead and give me a recon roll.
Oh, God. Yeah, I don't have
You know
that.
what?
I don't have that.
Yeah, well then you're at -3.
But I
Plus
can show him.
Plus, and sure, you can show him.
Okay, I will only do that.
Hey, what do you think of this?
Reconnoiter.
This. Hat, brooch, pterodactyl.
7, 8,
Okay.
9. No, 8.
There's Russian Confederation emblems on the vac suit of the guy up standing on the thing.
Is there any way to tell? Is there a date stamp on this in any way, or that's I forgot. I have to get into the code to find that.
It looks no. I mean, you can probably look
pull
at
it up or-
properties.
Yeah.
The file's probably
Hold your finger on.
the file's about 2 years old.
And what are the files named?
It's like a big long.
Just streams.
Stream
Yeah.
code. Are there any ice worlds in this system?
Moons, yes.
You know, maybe they found something. And this is much more of less a terrorist thing than it is a let's go get that crazy weird thing.
Who sent him there? Why now?
Well,
Why 2 weeks
So
ago?
if one of the pilots was
we
a
knew
Russian,
the guy was a Russian from before.
Maybe
he
he
knew
was
about
on
it.
that crew that found it the first time.
yeah, now they've come back.
Why 2 weeks ago? My
Oh,
my question
I
is,
have a
can
thought.
can you guys look around and find anything that is communication oriented? They lock these houses. We're not finding something.
Well, before we get to that, why now? It occurs to me because the Drake's about to leave, and if the Drake is going to an uncharted system, what if the Russians went to that system first, and that's where they found this thing?
Yeah, but their little.
If this
their
is
little
2
tramp
years
freighter's
ago-
not going to make that kind of a jump.
If this is 2 years ago, these guys took this video. They arrived 2 years ago. Is that correct?
No, they arrived a
Or
year
a
ago.
year ago.
A year ago.
No, that little tramp freighter could make it. It's only 2 parsecs away.
Oh, I thought it was a long jump.
Well, you got one jump ships.
Oh, that's the
Everyone's
refrigerator?
got one jump ships. They have it's an experimental ship.
So
The Drake is?
Yes.
could so one jump ship means you could only go from,
One square to the next.
but then
One
you have,
hex
and then
to
you
the
have to refuel.
Then you
Yeah.
have to refuel, which
Okay,
is hard
so-
to do in empty space.
Okay, so then they couldn't make that jump. Okay, well, that makes sense.
So,
So maybe it is here, if that's what this video is telling us. But
or what if it's neither? What if they need to take the Drake?
to wherever it is that this thing could be. But 4 people aren't gonna be able to steal this starship.
Maybe they just need to stow away.
Maybe. But let's look for the communication gear.
Why did they just activate?
Yeah, but the message would have had to come through the. Is it still called X-Boats?
JSCN,
JSCN, the
Jump Space Communication.
communication relay.
Right, but it could have seemed innocuous. It could have been like a letter from home. But
There was a
is there a terminal in here? of
no,
any
there
kind?
was a ship that showed up when they left, and they asked that ship to scan for them after they left.
Right.
So maybe a message came.
It brought something.
Or it could, but we didn't ask if there was a ship 2 weeks before that either. I mean, it could have been. Because if you're saying they were activated, it's a question of it would have been before
Do
that.
we know when the Drake's leaving?
when they get the sensors sorted out. It's supposed to be within a week.
But with Stu's role, it could have been a year.
It could-
That was a long.
I will abide by my role. So
Yeah.
they're working. Let me see. They've been working on it for a while. Probably.
It was upside down.
Yeah.
So-
Yeah. Look, I rolled a 10.
Is there like a computer? Is there like a computer or a terminal of some sort in the cabin?
Yeah.
Let's take a look at
Like
that.
there's like a standard.
Yeah, I just want to take a look at it and see what their messages were like. If there's any guy
Okay.
from home around the time they left or before that.
Read their email.
Give me. Is there still a computer skills or electronics computers now? It might be electronics computers.
Yeah, I don't have that.
Yeah. Because
So-
I mean everything's password protected.
Does anyone
But
have
if you're,
electronics?
you know, you will always make that roll a -3.
Yeah, I'll try that.
Okay.
So it's that. Oh, do you have
I
that?
mean, if that's the choice, I can make it at -2.
Oh,
Hey,
Jack of all trades.
oh, yeah.
You know,
Plus your intelligence.
I can make it at -2.
You got this.
we're so effective.
No one has any stray electronic skill.
I just
We had the
I
one.
use mine
Okay.
for sensors.
I could do profession. I can read other people's email, but that's not
Profession snoop.
Proficiency. Yeah.
creepy.
Oh, your email belonged to us.
No, none of that. I was like, all right, they didn't make the
I'm gonna
password,
look
guys.
underneath the keyboard.
Dude, you laugh. You have no idea how many times I come across that.
They're smarter than that.
Ah, dang it.
Darn Russians.
That is beat.
We could take the terminal with us and hand it off to one of the competent people back on the
Cut it
station.
off the desk. Desk.
No, it's just like plugged in.
Um,
Just a little power source.
Would-
You
would-
unplug it and take
You
it.
heard
is there
me.
anything adapted into the TV, the flat screen?
No, it's just like a regular, like a.
Basic cable.
It's probably wireless. So there's a power cord, and that's it.
Can I make a call back to Vostok, and do they have records of like communication transmissions on planet? Like, because I assume everything comes into like a central hub and then goes out.
Yes,
But it's gotta be encrypted.
it is encrypted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
But yeah, I mean,
it's the government.
But you might be able to find out that
There.
you wouldn't maybe be able to read the message, but you might be able to find
The
out that
metadata.
that these people,
If they got a
if
message.
they got a message, you might be able to figure that out.
Yeah.
Well, we wanted to ask them about who paid for the fuel truck, so that
Yeah, we
call
can-
anyway.
I'll step outside and use the phone.
Let me do an investigate roll on the other cabin, just
Okay.
for
And
policing sake.
can Tal make another check on the other computer?
Yeah,
10.
it's clear. No, there's no safe or anything. There's
I
another one
don't.
of those.
Doesn't seem like anything's hidden in this one.
I can try the other computer
Okay.
in the other house.
Yeah. Only check under the keyboard first.
No. Oh no.
No, it isn't.
Lucky. Hey,
You
that's
got
a
it right.
6.
Closer.
So close. We've almost got it. We need like 8 more
better.
cabins, and then we'll finally get there.
So effective.
Well,
All right, I'm
we're the
using the
Lizzie
phone.
27. You know, we're not Liz 1.
Right.
Oh no, those guys are good.
Yeah, they're great. They breeze through training.
Nothing in the attic. Nothing in the rafters.
No. No.
I mean, it
So
seems
these
like,
things are pretty featureless because they're basically prefab,
Yeah, I know.
sections that
but the thing is,
like Legos.
if this, I mean, have you ever seen a ship like this on this video?
No.
I mean, finding if that is like an alien ship, that's the biggest discovery ever. You know, you think jump drives are in the universe,
I know.
but I mean, so that's worth doing anything for to get that. If this video is real, and not just some clever VR or whatever.
So you think this is just industrial espionage for the Russians?
Well, I don't know what it is. I'm just saying that
Or-
finding this alien ship could.
It's a little too convenient that these guys.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
No.
I think it's just a little too convenient that these guys who would love to blow up the Drake.
Would they though? we haven't heard anything about these guys that they're religious zealots. We're just assuming. What if these guys are Russian plants that got put into this situation?
Or someone else.
How many people did we see in the video?
Only
ever the one perspective and a second person?
Two.
Yeah.
Any females?
No.
They're all in
Well,
spacesuits with. The
Yeah, it's
helmets.
probably kind of. No, you can probably see their faces.
Does any of them look like? I mean,
Well, there would only be one. There's only one shot where you'd be able to see a face.
and they're very
The guy-
far away. Yeah.
What about when the guy looked in a reflective
It was reflectionless.
reflection?
Yeah, it was like reflectionless black.
So it was like on like a comet or a non-atmospheric ice ball.
Yeah, I mean, it was hard to say if it was. I mean, it was. Correct me if I'm wrong, but it was hard to say if it was a free floating zero gravity situation or if
Definitely wasn't zero gravity
so it's probably a moon
because you can see the
really
like
big
when the
asteroid
guy
of some
the
sort.
guy's moving around.
Yeah.
It's low,
but not.
but it's
Yeah,
but
You got
not.
the
I'm thinking like an ice moon.
But, I mean, so here's what I'm thinking. What if one or two of these guys or lady are the people that found this thing when they were in the Russian military?
Maybe they didn't tell anybody.
And they didn't report it, and it took them a year to figure out a way to get back to this system. And they made it out here, and they kind of bided their time until they could figure out what planetoid or what thing it
Why now?
might be on.
See, I think you're onto something, but I think Aaron's right. The motivating factor seems to be that the Drake is about to leave. That seems like it should tie in somehow. But
They couldn't have gone 2 parsecs away
right,
without the drink.
without the Drake. But maybe what Lucky was saying, maybe they're going to take the ship or stow away on the ship somehow.
We didn't see him at the trash chute.
How many
no.
crew members would be on the Drake?
Oh, probably 6 or.
Really?
Oh, it's that small.
Yeah, I mean it's a scout survey ship, and it's all sensors
it's all-
and drives
and
and
engine.
fuel.
For some reason in my head, I had like it's
100.
a starship.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. I was thinking like Enterprise type size.
No.
or at least like the Voyager.
Yeah.
Like maybe it's a long range ship, got 200.
Or the
people
original
on it,
Enterprise, like the NX Enterprise, where it's like, it's
Oh
like
yeah,
50
it's like
people.
5 guys.
Yeah,
no
it's 5.
shields.
They just cycle through the hallway, so you think there's a lot more.
All hallways are circular.
Okay. Let's.
So yeah, if it's only 6
Shall
people,
we check?
4 people could
Shall we check
overpower
the
them.
fields?
Pardon?
Should we check the fields? Nothing's growing. There's nothing. No place anything.
Well, they didn't
to
plant
hide.
anything.
They didn't plant anything. They didn't plant anything. They knew for a time that they were.
They were
about to
leaving.
leave.
Yeah, they knew at least a growing season that they weren't going to
They
leave.
needed to make sure that the Drake is ready to fly.
Yeah, they were waiting for the
Waiting
Drake.
for that. yeah.
I'm starting to agree with you there.
Would the Drake's crew already be on board?
Probably. Yeah. Yeah, they're going to leave within a week. So
Yeah,
yeah,
but I didn't know if they were waiting out it on the plane.
no, they're probably on. They're probably on a ship.
Well, assuming we're right about this, how would you sneak onto the dock and or the Drake?
In vac suits.
You
Everybody's
put yourself
half
on
the
right
crew is
arm.
out on,
Right, but
on
they'd
the
have
scaffolding.
to get close enough in their ship for the first place, unless they're going to like hang out in orbit and wait for the dock to come around to them. But that doesn't work that way.
Well, yeah, but they could have put themselves on a course that passed by and they
And jumped off.
made the
Jettison
egress.
themselves.
Well, that's a question we could ask because the Drake would have seen them, or the station would have seen them leaving. Where did they go? Like, what was their flight path before they?
So when we talked to the dry dock, they saw them go, but
No, they
lost
never.
them.
They didn't. They got
They
a,
never saw the ship,
No, they got a message to scan for it when that.
but it was already gone.
Well, their scanners are shit. And
Okay.
they're only short range, so it didn't get close to them, and it didn't leave system because it would have.
Would their size of little vessel that they seem to have stolen have like a ship's boat or an air raft?
probably has an air raft.
Would that operate in space
Yeah,
at all?
yeah, they'll operate in space, sure.
And not just like orbit to ground, but like
I don't know if they will do like interplanetary.
well,
I don't know if they can because
Well, I guess the
they're
question
these anti-grav technology.
But like, if they took off in their ship and used their air raft to
like
make
just out of sensor range from the Drake, and then like air rafted over with that.
Possibly.
Or I mean, they could just have thrusters too. I mean, just.
yeah, I mean, maybe they have like EVA packs or something.
But wouldn't the station see them? Do we think the station's sensors would pick up something that small?
Oh, sure.
Like person size.
Probably.
Okay.
Okay.
Probably.
Any word on who paid for that gas?
Oh, we
Yeah.
haven't asked it.
Oh,
I'll call in. I mean,
Okay.
if you want me to play it out, I can.
They use there's a cash system, and you call the company that sent the truck out, and they tell you that it was there was these two guys, and they kind of looked like brothers, and one of them handed me a wad of credits.
Okay.
Because I realize you can't have an electronic currency system when communication travels so slow.
Right.
The ability to check kite
Well, you could
It's
have like
amazing.
an in-system.
in system, yeah, but you're not going to have a national interstellar
Bank of
monitoring system.
America.
Yeah.
No, but the question was
Go
more
to
that,
the
like,
ATM.
did they
But you
charge
can
it to
use-
the
but you-
settlement?
But you
No,
could use
fine.
blockchain.
It'll take years. They paid in cash.
What was the other question we had for?
Um, hell.
Oh, your metadata on communications.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. If it
Okay.
seems like any.
There was a message transmitted to them that was received from just some merchant ship about 3 days prior to them ordering the fuel.
Well, okay.
Can
Oh, go ahead.
can we find out exactly where the Drake was and Axe idea of like ready to go 3 days ago?
No, 3 days prior to ordering the
Or
fuel.
So that's a
days, right,
weekend
right,
of 3
right.
days.
So like, we can really see if there's like an important part from them, so they knew that all of a sudden it was like, okay, let's get the people on board. We're going to start the process of getting ready to go.
Probably. I mean, that's probably a question we can ask the
And could that
dock supervisor.
could that message have been these videos?
Is there any sense of if I look at the chips, how when they were created, I look at the properties again.
You said 2 years ago.
That's when they were filmed.
That's when they were filmed, yeah.
Yeah. Does it look like these are? Is there any way to tell if these are copies, recent copies, or recent?
When they were copied on the
Last
memory sticks.
modified.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna ask you to make that default
Okay.
electronics computer.
Yeah, sure. That. Why not? No. I mean, I have a 9 on the die, so that's going to be 6.
Okay. Nah,
These are chips, definitely.
Oh yeah.
I know that much.
these are computery things.
They're
Yeah.
good storage
Alright.
Yeah.
right there.
Let's
That's
get all this.
top of the
Let's
market.
get all this up to
What?
the.
Okay. So I have a harebrained idea.
I like it already.
What if
He likes it. I don't like it.
these?
Fair.
What if these Russian guys found this weird ship?
Okay.
We already see that it's got some kind of strange hull,
Right.
and it's all black, which in space is helpful for stealthiness.
Okay.
What if they are planning to use that? How big did that ship look in the video?
Pretty big. I mean, probably half again as large as your ship.
And when
Oh.
and it was
Oh.
half of it was buried in ice, right?
No, it was kind of looks like it almost was sitting in like an ice cave.
Okay. So it was like
There was
just sitting there.
There was a big gap.
Yeah.
It wasn't like buried.
Okay, never mind.
You're thinking like use the ship to get onto the Drake.
What,
so
yeah, if the message they got was, "Hey, get up to orbit. We're finally here with the stealth ship. We can go steal the Drake with it."
I think they want the Drake's engines to power the ship that they don't know how to drive.
What, like they're gonna disconnect the Drake's engines and install on that thing?
Or
I mean, I've never seen a ship like this. So, and it I mean, it seems like, I mean, if it is some sort of lost tech or aliens or whatever, the prize is that. That's the prize. You know, putting engines on it. I mean, I think they're trying to get to it again.
But if they put engines on it, then they can take it where they want to go.
Well, you're assuming it doesn't fly now. I mean, does it look like it has engines on it?
If it,
Or
if
is
it
it so weird that I can't even
if
tell?
it have flew then, they'd have took it.
We don't know what happened to them. They could have all died of some disease, and it's just been sitting there for however long.
At
That
which
could be-
point, when did they get this message?
Wait,
Whatever. So here's what I'm thinking about the logic. Somebody found this ship.
right?
Might have been our guys.
Okay, so they found
2
it.
years ago.
Right.
Then our guys got volunteered to hang out with the wackos, and come out here.
Yeah.
Ironically, the wackos who don't like FTL had skills to fly FTL. So there's no promise that these guys were wackos at all.
I don't think they were.
The odds are they're Russians, and that's the problem.
That's where the logic went a little stray, but it's gone.
Ruski son, don't take a dump with that
So-
plane.
Age-old wisdom right there.
So for no good reason, they were sent out here. They hung out for a year,
Almost.
Almost a year.
and then they were activated by a message
Well, I think they came out with for a very good reason.
3 weeks ago.
They're waiting for the Drake. That was clear. Your question is, why didn't they take the black ship when they found it?
If it flew.
Well, because they're part of the Russians. They're part of active Russian military. If they didn't tell their bosses about it, they couldn't have just flown it away. They had to hide it. They had to hide the fact that.
Why couldn't they
found
just fly it away?
it. Because then the Russians would have taken it.
Or the Russians would have been like, why are our people AWOL? They
Right.
haven't reported in.
So, like, let's assume for a second that they found this ship and they're like, this is a payday right here. We make 4 rubles with the Russians.
Selling it to who?
Anyone.
Okay. How long has the Drake been here?
Probably a few months. Because
How-
it was a,
So
a
they-
shorter range
How
ship.
long is the plan for the Drake to be here been going? Because I would assume it's like trying to.
Because you're saying that they came out
Several
here,
months before
a
that, maybe
year
6
ago.
months before that.
You're saying they came out here
Maybe-
a year
maybe
ago
longer.
to
Alright.
coordinate with the
Field of
Drake.
Drake.
And I don't
Yeah,
buy
that doesn't make
Yeah,
sense
yeah,
if that's as long as the Drake's been out here and the plans. Because I was assuming that the plan to explore those planets has been like a year or whatever in the making. But if it's not that long, then that
At
time
the
frame
very
doesn't make
least,
sense.
that would probably be somewhat classified information.
Oh, sure.
It wouldn't just be like, hey, we're building an experimental ship with an extra cool long-range jump drive.
Yeah.
Anybody that's interested, come on by.
And they wouldn't just come out here to be as close to the system as they could get. That would indicate that the ship's here
Right.
in system.
In which case, they don't need the Drake, which goes back to why were they activated?
I don't know.
Maybe
Let's
they,
go find the ship and ask them.
So
Maybe they were just waiting for a buyer. Maybe
We-
they were waiting for,
when we did our scan coming in, there was some ice planets in the system.
Several
wasn't there?
moons, ice
Yeah.
moons.
Yep.
Why don't we
Let's go look at
go
those.
take a look?
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
Because if the Drake, if it's not the Drake, maybe the Drake is just what we're chasing our tails on here, and this whole thing was just so that they could get some kind of point to get to the moon.
And maybe the moon has come into orbit.
Maybe come closer.
But the moon came into orbit, but somebody told him that.
No, I think Ted. I think Ted had a good idea. That message could have been the buyer.
Could be.
Set up the buyer, and now they have to go get the ship.
Could be.
But regardless, and I think the Drake thing was our intel people saying this is the likely target because they didn't know about any of this other stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
The Drake is why we're here. Is that correct?
Well, yeah, they said that there was a.
to prevent
A possible
zealotry from
terrorist.
blowing up.
But if Intel had this information, they might have been like, it could be the Drake or it could be this weird alien ship thing going on.
Right.
Find the weird alien ship and bring it
If
back
you
to
determine there is an impending threat, disrupt it. The verdant government has guaranteed cooperation. Blah 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 blah.
So,
Whatever happens, I don't see these farmers around here posing a huge
No.
threat.
And I think either the threat's going to be on the Drake itself, or it's going to be this ice moon. But either way, we need to get back into space.
Okay, let's go.
Okay.
You take the computers.
No,
Okay. All right. And you go back up to the ship, and you're back up on the ship.
So how many ice moons were there?
Red shirts.
137.
Scan these computers.
Exactly. Like, who's our IT guy, and we give him the computers to work
Okay.
on.
It's called Carl down in IT.
You want to? Someone want to roll his?
Make sure
Carl
you take him
and
a
IT.
stapler.
Yeah.
Otherwise, he'll get grouchy.
Yeah, they get very grouchy.
Dude named Ben.
What do we staple?
I've rolled a couple times already for someone else who hasn't rolled as much.
Go for it.
Okay.
You're gonna be
All
adding.
right, Carl.
You're gonna be
let's do
adding
this.
3.
So 8 plus 3.
Ooh.
Snap.
So that's 9.
That's a
12.
lot of dots.
12. Okay.
Wow. That's how many ice planets
The
there are.
the message that they got, like, what did I say? It was 2 weeks before the fuel shipment.
It was 3 days before the field.
3 days before the fuel shipment. It came through the JSCN. You don't know who sent it.
Right.
That information is part of the encrypted part. Well,
But we.
you
like,
you wrote
it has to have been an out of system message then.
No,
To go to that.
it isn't.
Oh.
And it says the package has been dropped.
So sounds like you're buyer.
Yeah. Or there's some package, something they need to, like you were saying, something they need to make this thing to get into this thing.
It wasn't out of system. It
No.
didn't come from.
But there's no originating address.
Yeah, it's a merchant ship, but not one that you've heard of. It's,
So the merchant itself said,
Yes.
Ah, okay, gotcha.
Right.
I wonder if we can get the flight plan for that merchant ship. See where they were.
Sorry,
Set-
John Gordon. Who's that?
John Gordon. That's the dock master
Okay. For the Drake.
for the Drake.
All right. Hey Drake,
Yeah.
we have reason to believe that somebody's going to try to board you before you take off.
Oh.
So please be vigilant and keep an eye on your people.
Okay.
Look for anything stupid or shady.
I'll make sure my guys are on.
We are around. We'll be there in a jiffy if you call.
All right. Appreciate it.
And we go looking for ice balls.
Okay.
How many were there?
Oh yeah.
Please say one. Please say one. Please say one. Please say
He
one.
said there was
8.
2.
There's 2.
Ah.
And
That's better than 8.
there's
Better
two
than
ice,
eight, yeah.
Yeah.
There's 2 ice balls that orbit Little Blue.
Ah, little
Because there's
blue.
Big Blue, Big Yellow,
Little blue.
Little Blue.
Let's go check out the nearest one, I guess.
Well, you can go through your survey data because the system's been
Yeah.
completely surveyed. One of them is so small it's just, could barely even be called microgravity.
Doesn't
Okay.
have an atmosphere.
Neither of them have atmospheres.
But the one with the microgravity would.
Lines up with what we saw.
No,
Yeah,
I think
vice
it
versa.
doesn't. I think it's too. It's almost zero. It's almost 0
Too
G.
small? Okay.
Yeah, they would have been floating.
So let's try the one that would fit better with the video.
All right.
Does the ice look similar? If we hold up the video.
Yep. Well,
Yeah, certainly is like blue ice right there.
How are the stars aligned behind?
You know what? Actually, that's not a bad thought.
Well, and also it's like is the
Except
look,
it's
We
in
have
orbit.
an astrogation.
it's and it's inside of a
You
cave.
do have an astrogation computer. You might be able to figure that out.
Looks like the video is from inside of a cave. So
Well, yes,
Well,
it
if
is.
we
from-
saw a sky at all, it could give us some clue.
we're seeing reflections on the ice from the doorway.
I know through the visor.
Through the visor bouncing off. It's like 5.
Zoom in, enhance.
every time Stu has rolled bad was to screw us, and every time
Yeah, I know.
but it's like okay, I'll roll good this one time on their intelligence. Like really?
I'm rolling.
Thanks, Stu.
So going there, how far is that going to put us away from the Drake?
Probably like 3 hours.
3 hours.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Here's what we do. What's the skiff?
It's probably really
What's
days.
What's the
but whatever.
skiffy thing called again? The
Skiffy?
The shipboat.
The ship.
Or the air raft.
The air raft. We'll put a bunch of red shirts with guns on the air raft, like right outside the Drake, and then we'll just take off. You guys guard the ship.
Hold this
We'll
line.
be back.
Just all like, in my head, I always imagine the air raft as like a little inflatable Zodiac,
Yeah, me too.
and they're just like in spacesuits.
Space Zodiac?
How long are you guys gonna be gone?
with tethers,
3 days.
Right, yeah.
so they don't all go into
I gotta pee.
They're just going, oh, I hate Exodus.
Right.
No, we shouldn't do that.
You can if you want. You can do whatever you want.
I don't know those guys at all. I mean, they have no names as far as I know. Let me
Guy
check.
number 5.
Let me check my HR files. Totally expendable. They're flagged that in HR. I don't make this stuff up. It's in HR.
It's on an actuarial
Yeah,
table.
that's
Right.
Needed? No.
Alright, let's go scan
Yeah,
that planet.
let's go scan that planet.
Okay.
Alright.
Moon thing.
Give me that sensors
Sensors
You can do
plus
it.
int.
plus int.
Plus all of our awesome.
Can
coming up with
anybody help?
things to make it work.
Carl. Isn't Carl?
Oh, Carl could probably help. Take a bonus die.
Who's Carl?
He's our tech guy.
Our
Oh,
IT
yeah.
guy.
He wrecked
Yeah,
the
I
I
computer.
thought he was Ben.
No, Carl's the IT guy.
Okay.
Ben's the coffee guy.
Ben's
He's down
He's
the
the
down in the
barista.
galley.
He's the ship's
the,
barista.
Yeah.
the avuncular Ben.
He's a little Starbucks kiosk that we have right outside next to the galley.
You don't know how hard it is to do latte foam art
Alright.
in 0G.
So I rolled a 10.
Oh, okay.
Thanks, Carl.
Well, that's
You
Ben.
find
Oh, that's Carl. That's right.
but you're using passive, right?
Yes.
Okay. You are picking up a energy signature.
Oh.
Ah!
We should get some congratulatory things from Ben down in the Starbucks.
And you can kind of zoom in on it with your optics.
Yep.
And it is a Type T trader.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
The
And
missing ship.
next to it is a large cargo container.
Okay.
You know, shooting from orbit is the only way to make sure.
Not to
A
say,
large
what kind of guns do we
container?
have on this?
A cargo container.
Why do I agree with you?
Because HR is always right.
Wrong.
I'll make note of your
Excuse me.
opinion.
Put a line through it.
Hey,
right
Tal.
after.
Backseat. So.
Why did you pick up the red pen? Why did you pick up the red pen?
I'm giving you a frowny face, sir. A
So
frowny
can
face.
we try to hail them on radio?
Wait a
Oh
minute.
no. Hold up.
Hold up
I
there.
legitimately
Trigger.
grab his hand.
Yeah.
Like, wait.
Well, the rest of the bridge crew's like, these idiots.
What do you guys got in mind?
They keep looking at us, at like whoever the senior officer is, like, when do we take over?
If they are, he's like, not yet. I mean, if this is some rogue Russian operation, we don't want to let them know we're here, or let them know we're coming.
Hey, they can do, if it's a rogue Russian operation, they can do what they want as long as we get a cut.
That's really not in
that's
our
our
mandate
job.
here. Actually, I think it's against several of Exodus's bylaws.
Why?
Because it's written down on a piece of paper that says what we can do and
This
not
has
do.
nothing to do with the trait. It has nothing to do with Verdant. Like,
You signed a contract.
That's true. There is that any weird alien tech we discover is property of Exodus.
It also says it's an understood don't make deals with the Russian military. We're an independent company. We don't have authorization to make deals with the Russians.
we're a non-government organization. We lean on government support all the time.
So,
The company does. Not
as fun as
us.
this conversation this is,
What do you think they can hear us?
what if we just shot their ship to where it couldn't fly?
That's what we were saying.
And then we'll be in a position of power.
Maybe
Because they won't be able to get off that thing unless they can make whatever this spaceship is fly, which they might. We might be screwed either way, but I think we're screwed that way no matter what.
What kind of weapons do we have on this ship?
Oh, you probably have like
Yep.
a pulse laser.
Can we just nick them?
I could.
Like,
If you got
Hit it in the
a good
engines.
roll, you can
Yeah.
do anything.
Just take the engines off. A little off the top.
A little off the top.
Does everybody have a
That's
gunner?
that's
Nope.
That's like handgun.
Oh, I
super
do.
dope.
A little chin music.
No, we got Ted. Ted's the gunner.
Ted's
Yeah.
gunner.
Oh yeah. Well, I was in the Navy.
Yeah. Well, obviously.
You know,
They do that stuff.
it wasn't just
For like
a
a
ground
week and a half?
pounder. That was 4 years. Thank you.
It's like, I'm like behind him going.
It's okay.
Just,
You
take your
chose
engines
the
off.
right
In the
military
Navy, I
base.
used to get 3 squares a day.
You can get lattes downstairs. What are you complaining about? It's gonna make Ben sad.
Cause jump drive
Yeah,
coffee
but I
is
don't have the
nice.
money to pay for Starbucks every day. Are you kidding me?
It's jump drive coffee. We get one per
Wait,
contract
Is,
per day.
is the coffee free?
Yes.
What? How long have you been on this goddamn ship?
Well, I didn't have any money to pay for it, so I didn't ever go.
Have you eaten anything since you got on the ship? His food's free too.
Look at it.
Well,
You see how skinny he
You
is.
know,
Man, you get a sandwich.
you guys leave a lot of extra food around. I'm
Oh
telling
my
you.
god.
Like,
Oh god. That's be a heck of an afterword.
you know those expiration dates on stuff.
You can't trust him.
Suggestions.
They just, yeah. I mean,
Let's
stuff
come
can
out of
still
the
be good,
galley
it's
and maybe
fine.
have him bring up a
Oh,
sandwich
God.
and
Yeah.
some of those famine biscuits maybe. I don't know.
Alright, so what do we want to do? Do we want to shoot this
That's
thing?
what I've been eating. Humanitarian supplies. I'm just. Jimmy open up.
You broke into the famine supplies.
You've been living on famine
MREs
biscuits.
for like the last.
Right.
We've been having steak and lobster.
I have scurvy. I've had no fresh greens at all for 2 years.
The medic on the ship is like, no one's gotten scurvy in 400 years.
Is that a thing?
Damn anti-vaxxers.
You didn't get your scurvy booster before we left Earth? I'm sorry. I didn't mean to derail things that badly. All right.
Oh, I think it's on par with the where this game's gone. But all right,
I
Ted.
don't even know what I was trying to do.
you're gonna shoot the engines off.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's do this.
You try to disable it, or you're gonna try to like take them out?
Disable it.
Okay.
Do you need any help when you're weak in condition? I'm not sure you can push the button.
Oh look, I can
If you feed him now, he'll fall asleep.
All right, guys, I'm gonna fire the. Okay.
Remember, lean into the button.
That reminds me of the narcoleptic sniper.
Shoot him now! Oh, he's asleep.
Overwatch? Overwatch? Are you there? All right.
Wow.
Here we go. With dexterity,
Sure.
not with education, because I'm
Please
trained
don't.
in how to be a gunner.
I also
I
like,
think
they're
so.
like, no, don't hail him.
Or int. I would say int or dex.
Yeah, you got
It's a
Yeah, I
forceful
got
hail.
zeros, but that's cool.
It's
I got a
this
plus
is
one
how-
on the gunning.
This is how Exodus says hi.
We're from Exodus.
Oh, God.
We're here to help.
Yep. No, that's a
It's a warning shot.
miss.
5?
I got big money. What's a critical failure?
Roll one die. Let me know if it's 3 or less or 4 or higher.
3 or less.
All right.
So terrible.
You hit ice, and you melt a bunch of ice.
Oh god.
Oh, just warming up, guys.
Put your seatbelts on.
You take another shot. You got more ammo.
Ted,
Oh, okay.
You got as much
I don't know if you're
lays as you
aware,
need.
but modern weaponry, you don't have to range them.
Lasers don't have a trajectory.
I was leading the target. Stationary.
Shoot him. It's right there.
It's a laser. It goes where you see.
Oh god.
Seven?
Sure.
I feel like that's
We're
a
gonna be here all
hideous
night.
success.
You're never gonna hit it. Okay. Yeah.
There's just a bunch of guys down there like, are they trying to shoot at us?
I think I saw a laser.
Maybe there's something on the ice they're trying to pick off before it gets to us.
All right. So you
Wait. I should hail it.
Hello, ship. This is the Lizzie 27.
Don't make us shoot.
Yes, this is Amelia 6.
Hey, Amelia, how are you?
Someone is shooting at us. We require assistance.
We're here to
help.
Oh. Who's cat? Okay. I do the mute. Beep beep. Like
We're all dead.
okay. So here's what we do. We say we chased off some pirates,
Nice.
and now we're here to help them out.
Yeah, when you do, cargo inspection routine after
Yeah.
pirate incident. It's in our bylaws.
What you got there, Amelia?
Someone shot at us. Our maneuver drive is offline.
We're just
Send it.
checking. What's your cargo?
Sundries.
We should send down a repair crew.
You going? We're sending down a repair crew to help you out.
Thank you.
So as we get close, can we
Shoot 'em.
get any eye line on this
Is there a cave?
special ship?
Yeah, you can see there's like a sort of a mound,
Yeah.
and you can it's got an opening, and there, you can see that there's like work lights and stuff.
All right, so I think our repair crew should have rifles.
I agree.
Oh, did I say repair? I meant shooting.
Let's also land the ship in between them and the cave.
Is there room?
Oh sure.
That
land
means
the
you're
whole
gonna
ship?
be
We'll
getting
take
it
the
from
little-
both sides.
Let's take the ship boat, not the.
Yeah, not the main ship. Main ship's probably too big to fit there, I guess. Right?
There's a lot of space. You can put either one.
Oh. But yeah,
So
that way if we get in trouble, some of the competent gunners on the ship can
HR,
shoot down.
dumb question.
Sure.
Have they broken any laws yet?
We're not bound by laws. We're an independent
No.
organization.
The ship took off.
Well, they did steal the ship.
They stole it from who?
They stole it from the congregation. These people don't own the ship. The congregation, the people on the planet lease this
They
ship.
are the leaseholder.
So it's a stolen vessel. They are pirates. Arg.
All right.
I said arg, sir.
Yeah.
And then going.
And you know what happens with pirates in space? You shoot them.
Oh, I got those grenades in my bunk.
Like, you leave, we all go. Wait, what?
Idiocracy in space.
Yeah.
It's
right.
Friday night, man. That's what you get.
So
I know.
Oh, God. So, they're pirates. Mm-hmm. On an ice moon. What does that mean there?
Ice pirates?
Oh yeah. When you get down there, keep your suit on. You're gonna get them space herpes. It's real bad. Doc.
It's no joke.
We're gonna have to watch the HR video about it.
Yeah, there's a whole video. Space herpes and you. Hi, I'm Troy McClure. All right.
Can I get it from sitting on a dirty tractor seat? If it's an ice moon, you sure can.
Hell, son. Space herpes will chase you around that tractor.
all right,
Let's go down there.
Okay.
we head on down.
All right. You land the ship.
Mm-hmm.
And where are you? Who's heading where?
I am staying on board so that they don't take it, since we have the good ship.
Did you bring the whole ship down, or are you bringing the boat?
The boat.
Okay.
And HR is gonna go and inspect.
Okay.
All right.
I'll go with you, but I got like the cross bandoliers on now.
And your grenades?
Yeah.
Okay.
You coming along?
Yeah. I
All right.
am. And same. I'm loaded for bear. Like
I think
got
we,
it all.
I mean, before we like get down there, I'm gonna say, I think we just go in there and arrest them. Do we have arrest powers, or do we just shoot them? Is that the...
You are well. It's planetary wise, yes, because you got full cooperation of the
Lawfully
of
deputized.
Of course, we're not on
When you
that
say
planet.
arrest, you mean shoot them in the head, right?
Well,
That's not exactly what I meant.
That's
But-
what I.
we should
That's what
start
I
with,
heard,
like,
Lucky. That's what I
you
heard.
lead with the grenade.
Fair point.
I mean,
Fair tactical point. Then
we said hello with a plasma cannon, so I mean, really, the secondary grenade launching is not really going to make it
Right.
much worse. I mean, like, what's the usual way pirates are treated? People who steal, like, hijack cargo or steal spaceships. Is it they just get shot, or is it arresting?
Well, the Navy usually is the people that do that, and if they can't arrest them, they arrest them. But I mean, no one likes shooting in space. Everyone hates space combat because you're all in these little metallic bubbles surrounded by vacuum. No one likes it. So I mean, even when pirates take over other ships,
Right.
they almost never have to shoot. It's like stand down,
Yes, sir.
or we'll fire. And it's like take all the cargo you want.
So, but I mean, I'm trying to figure out what Exodus's like mandate
Motivation
is. Yeah, I mean, is like
Well, I think we shouldn't be straight murderers.
so subtle murders.
Like, well, yeah.
Yeah.
We are out here in the dark.
Yeah. Well, okay.
I think our job was sent out here to stop them from being terrorists and horrible people, and if we do that by shooting them, that fulfills our mandate.
But maybe we should give him a chance to surrender first. I think it's what.
Lucky, let him talk. If that doesn't work,
Yeah, good call. Okay.
I was happy to shoot them. But okay. All right. So let's go. We'll go walking out there. Is anyone coming out to meet us? Or they?
No.
Better question. Can I have my helmet gear on underneath my vac suit? Because I'm guessing we're going to have to do this vac suit-ish, yeah?
Yeah. There's no air. Right?
Ooh.
Or does the combat gear have a seal?
No, combat armor doesn't. Combat armor is not for vaccine. I don't think it does. It looks kind of bulky to me. I don't think it would fit beneath. I mean, reflect would. Reflect you can put underneath anything.
So,
Of course, if it gets through your vac suit to hit the reflect, your vac suit's been holed. So
Right.
there's some other issues going on.
But there's
at that
just
point.
self-sealing. I mean,
Yeah.
vacuums have self-sealing material.
I'm just saying, if we're going to start shooting in there, we should probably be in vac suit.
See, there's the combat
Well, we
armor.
have to be in vac suits. There's no air.
Well, we could probably seal airlock connect ships, right? Like ships are designed to do that in every sci-fi ever. You
Yeah.
let one ship connect to.
But vac suits seem like smart.
I think vac suits, yeah.
Well, like we landed and we're walking over the.
Yeah.
I just wanted to make sure that
do
was
we
for
have
their
the
plan.
equivalent of a brig?
You probably do have a brick. Yeah.
Or do we have some like
Cuffs?
cryo capsules?
Zip ties or something.
Oh yeah, you've got low berths. Absolutely.
Carbonite.
Cuffs, you probably got the zip tie kind. But you probably do have some law enforcement stuff too. You see, that's what the combat armor looks like. It's pretty bulky.
Oh yeah.
So is there any when we come walking out of the ship?
Just
Is there
duct
any
tape it to the front of your back suit.
Don't tempt me.
is there any movement by their ship, or is it all is just?
Pardon?
Is there any movement by their ship, or
No.
is it just?
So, hey, Amy 6,
Yes.
we're going to have to come out and see your hands.
Sorry?
We need you guys to come outside your ship.
We're all outside. I'm like,
Paul.
do we have a private comm?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, of course.
too soon.
Okay.
No, we could get there. We're not that far away.
No, but I mean, we can't even see them. Like, it would have
No.
been nice to.
Worst case, there's 4 of them. There are 3 of us. It'll be fine.
We've already shot at them.
Yeah.
They don't know that.
They'd have to be kind of morons to be like, somebody just shot us, and now there's a ship up there.
Yep.
I thought we told them we chased off pirates.
Yeah, like they really bought that one.
They don't seem that smart. All right. Yeah. So what'd they say to that?
Stu's like, how can I kill them nicely?
Now hold the phone.
Exterior cannons.
Does their ship have like turretized weapons?
This is a leash ship by a church. There's no way there's weapons on this thing, right?
Like, yeah, it does.
A single laser turret? That seems reasonable to me.
Ted, it's Lucky's job to ask
Let
this
me look
question
at, let me
after
look
we've
at the
left the
ship
ship.
and see if it has hard points. Because that, it may not have, if it doesn't have hard points, then no.
I'd like to get back in the ship now, please.
It's time to go. Can you please get out of your ship? Oh shit! Like literally,
You didn't think this through.
No, the scariest anti-personnel weapon in all of Traveler is the Sandcaster,
Oh, yeah.
because it accelerates big barrels full of sand to like a significant fraction of the speed of light, and it would just shred somebody.
Right.
But it's meant for.
Yeah, it's meant
making
for
clouds.
laser. Like you make clouds and it dissipates laser energy. It's a defensive weapon.
That's cool.
But like, if your ship has one of those and there's dudes charging at your ship across an ice planet, you go.
God. My back's just been punctured by very small grains of sand in a bazillion places.
Yeah. Like,
Very lucky. No hard points.
Oh yeah.
We knew that because we wouldn't have left the ship.
Clearly.
Clearly,
Yeah,
we wouldn't have left the
thought
ship
of
if we had
that
known. I mean,
by the time I joined
who
the
do you
Marine,
think you're dealing with?
I wasn't doing boarding actions, guys.
You were carried in
Walking
later.
actions.
Okay.
Crawling, you know. All right, so yeah.
So the airlock opens up
We've done.
and the guy's in a vac suit.
All four of them?
Just one.
You know you stole this ship, right?
We were going to bring it back.
Yeah. When you steal a ship, you know what that's called, right?
We were borrowing the ship.
Without permission, which is stealing. So that makes you a pirate.
Yar.
Shouldn't you have a little vaccinated parrot? We're gonna have to take you in. Turn around.
Sit.
He turns around. But he's in a vac suit. You can't handcuff someone in a vac suit.
Yeah, you can.
You can try. That's going to take like 12 zip ties.
Not behind him, in front.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I just didn't want, get up behind him so I could see if he has no weapons or anything.
Okay. He doesn't have any weapons.
Okay, he like walked out to us?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Check the ship.
Well, where are the other three?
The gestures toward the cave.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is this the guy who was talking on the call?
Yes.
You need to call him out. We don't want to shoot anybody.
He's like, I have to like
Yeah,
do the like,
yeah,
click,
yeah,
click.
yeah.
Yeah.
And like
uh,
put the gun like on his like face mask, right?
Okay.
Like,
all right.
In English.
I need you to come out. Just do it. Click.
He does that 12 times. it's all the way up his arms. Like,
Well, it is low gravity. Like, can I just
Sure.
pick him up by the backpack? Not me. I mean, somebody else.
not me
I
either.
was gonna say, mine's only a 5.
Right.
Look, dude, that's 5 times higher.
Just leave him on the ground.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll go look, make sure to cover the people coming out of the cave.
Okay.
Yeah. Take like tactical positions.
Okay.
Are there 3 people coming out of the cave?
There are not 3 people coming out of the cave.
Is it 12 people coming out?
There's no one coming out of the cave.
Okay.
Oh, we need to go in the cave.
Are you sure? All right, they have strategic position.
So you think we should just shoot them from here?
Do you see them?
We have a starship. They could just blow up the cave.
So
Oh, it's.
you
I'm
don't
telling
want to
that's a little
split
harder
the
than
you don't
think.
want to split the price of this special ship, but you want to blow it up.
It's better to blow it and let the Russians get it.
The Russians aren't going to get it. They're going to sell it on the black market.
But no one gets it except the black market people. And they're terrible people. You met some of them? Well, we need to get. I mean, I would like to get it for the company.
All right. We'll bring this guy on the ship, and you guys get back on the ship.
Is the big cargo
No, we're
container
gonna pick up
open?
the ship. What if
Yes.
they leave? What if
Can
you're
I
right
see
and this
inside?
engine does work?
They cannot leave in this ship, and if they can leave in the other ones, we got bigger problems.
Well, I think maybe that's what's in the cargo container.
Go, you guys hear me
It's
arguing
not-
over the
it's
comms?
not in the
I
co-
look in the cargo container.
Yeah, that's good.
Okay. There's inside of it. There's a bunch of empty crates. On the outside of them, there's a on one of them it says multi-use orbital rocket.
Yeah, they're trying to make it lift off. Trying to get it maneuvered out of here.
Or they're still going to want something to get the drink. Either way.
Can you disable their ship while you're there?
What, the free trader?
Yeah.
Well, he shut the engines off of it.
It's
So-
disabled.
Okay. All right. I recommend you get back on the ship.
And then what?
We negotiate from a better perspective than you on the ground. I'm not worried about you. I'm worried about Lucky.
Yeah, no, I got it.
Yeah, let's go back into space. We take off at least.
Yeah,
Bring
but,
the guy with us.
Like we might look. They might be hooking up rockets to this thing,
Exactly.
right? So then they make a run for it.
And we follow them. The rockets they hook up, they jury rig, are not going to get them out of here faster than we can follow them.
I think we should deal with them in the cave, but, you're the captain. At least until the next voting cycle, anyway.
How long is the captain's term?
Listen, it's under negotiation. It's,
Until somebody else can fly this thing.
we're all taking remedial courses.
Hey, guys, I can do it at a -2. That's so bad.
The 12 other NPC pirates or pilots on the ship are like, we can totally fly it anytime, but it's just like you get the cutaway to the interview, like, I can fly the ship. Just,
So
I don't like the chair.
yeah, it's weird.
So, what do you think, Lucky?
let's give these guys one more chance to come out. And I walk up and I push the button on the guy's neck or whatever they had, and I'm like, "Come out now, or we cave in your stupid hidey hole." And I let go of the button. And then I point my gun at the cave.
Okay.
See if they come out. If they come out, there's 3
Yeah.
guys. It shouldn't be an issue.
They start coming out.
How many?
3.
Excellent.
Arms up.
Yeah, they come out like that.
Okay.
All right.
I'll go to the cave.
Hey, Hands, why don't
Yeah,
you...
let's tie him up first.
These are guns.
Yeah.
He's got the gun, he's tied. He has all the zip ties.
He has 1 strength. Can you, handle these people?
It's like,
You don't hear it go zip. It's one tick at a time.
Alright, I help zip tie.
okay.
Then we should go in the cave. We should definitely check out the cave.
All right, go check out the cave.
Okay.
Keep on watch though.
Yeah.
Who knows if another person showed up with this cargo container?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I stay in the ship.
We
Lucky,
cautiously go in the cave.
Alright.
Keep them covered, please.
Yeah, I'll watch them.
Thank you.
With the
All right. You go inside.
Turn your monitor on, in case you get lost, like that 2008 movie where they all have cameras and they all get lost, looking for aliens.
Listen, I don't watch historical videos.
Okay. And it's you go in this cave and it kind of winds a little bit and then it opens up and it's. I think it looks like it's probably maybe 200 meters long,
Wow.
maybe 50 meters wide, and it's sort of a kind of like a cigar shaped, kind of like a football, like an elongated football. I'd
Say
say.
hello to our new starship.
And it is completely reflectionless black.
I read an old book once where it was talking about a black ship that had black consoles and black buttons. The black light would blink to let you know you did things, but it's really less effective than you'd think.
But
For those at home, that was a rare Douglas Adams reference.
nice.
So is
People
there,
actually watched movies back in the day.
you and your historical videos.
All right.
Is there any way to? Is there any obvious like?
I'm gonna touch it.
Okay. It feels almost frictionless.
Are there any openings?
And near the front of it, you can see there's sort of like a dimple. It's like very curved and
Right, like organic-y looking.
yes, but there's like sort of a dimple and there's what looks to be like an iris.
Huh.
I think you should go take a look, HR,
All right.
in case
Nope.
it's dangerous.
There's no open button.
Just stick your hand in.
Is there any like depression near the iris that would indicate they could open it anyway?
Make a recon roll.
Hey.
I'm not there for this one.
I know.
I'll tell you.
Ooh, 11.
Ooh.
So
1098.
8. Yeah.
There you go.
Wow.
I know.
Look
There
at
is.
that.
Woo. Oh, I'm gonna manipulate that in some fashion.
Okay. You fiddle with it, and then the thing opens up. It's about that big.
So it's more like a crawl entrance in some fashion.
Or for a smaller
I think
alien.
it would depend on the size of your species. Thank you very much.
This is where the evil teddy bears come and kill us all. I'm look- Spacey was. I'm gonna look in.
They are cannibals.
Is it just dark in there?
It's
I'm
pitch
gonna
black.
put on my helmet light and.
Okay. You can see some movement.
Oh hell no!
Yeah.
Down
No,
a little farther.
I just close it back up.
Hey, go see what's in there.
I think our job here is done. We should go. Maybe collapse the cave after we leave. I think it's the only way
No,
to.
I think this is still a valuable find for the
Right.
company.
We'll close up the cave mouth, and then they can come back and excavate it out. And I'm not saying collapse the cave, just the front for
Oh, I
protection. Yeah. But yeah, that's
Protection.
From the outside.
This impenetrable wall of ice.
that is not in our job mandate.
Is he moving?
No. No, thank you.
Yeah, I agree with that. Let's.
So yeah, I'm gonna report in. So Aaron, I looked in the ship. It's very alien, and saw movement. So then I closed it back up, and I'm walking away now.
Yeah, I think you're hanging out in the brig with the other ones. There was another movie back in the 80s.
Yeah, I don't think you have authority to bring me, my friend. But all right.
Hey, you have been contaminated. I
By
bet you
what?
if I look in these regulations,
We're in a spacesuit.
it should
Fine.
say that
No, I
if you run into alien life forms, you should be quarantined. I'm sure it says something
No,
like
I was
that
right
around
there.
here.
Nothing touched him.
I can hear you say shh. It's an open comm. All right, let's go.
All right.
We really need to replace Captain Stooping here.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
But I think maybe we should collapse the front of the cave mouth just to hide the fact that the ship's here. So until we can get a authorized company.
I'm gonna open up the comm port. I'm gonna let you talk to Gordon on the Drake. I'm gonna let you talk to Vostag on Verdant.
We're not telling him anything about this stuff.
Okay.
This is company business.
We can
we tell them we
tell
caught the pirates.
we caught the bad guys.
Okay.
And they are babbling some crazy story about some weird thing they found, and I think they're
Okay.
crazy.
Do we have an opportunity to tow this ship back?
The
Uh,
least ship.
The lease ship.
Yeah.
Does anyone have a mechanic?
Yes.
Yeah, make a mechanic roll. See if you can fix it.
We'll just put a bungee on it.
Nope.
It's zero gravity.
I'm not fixing it. I was gonna
Mass is
tow it
mass,
back.
man.
That would be that would be tough. That would be difficult.
Well, they did have those rockets. We could just attack one of the rockets and just. Nah, we should just leave it here. We'll put a beacon on it.
No, because then they're gonna find the.
Tell him.
No, yeah.
Listen, we'll tell him we'll get it to him. Bunch of church
Look,
people
if
don't need it
you
right
don't
now
want me to
anyways.
have a cut, you're dealing with this.
What? What are you talking? No one's talking about cutting you out.
Oh, I think we need to talk about the bonus situation.
That's something we're going to talk to corporate about. Certainly.
Because Exodus don't pay a bonus for nothing.
I
All
didn't
they do
think
is
they gave
give
us
you a
food
good-
until today.
Oh, I think if you look in subsection 12, you'll see the discovery of aliens of proof of alien life and starship. That nets you a nice little bonus.
If it doesn't get you shot first.
They won't shoot us.
Uh-huh.
Which company are you working for?
All right, so,
Yeah, if we can just hide where this is in some fashion, I think you're right, David. We gotta hide.
Okay.
can I get a guy down from our ship to
Sure.
fix that ship and we
Yes.
take both ships back?
Okay.
All right.
Yep, not a problem. Okay. That's pretty much the adventure.
I like it.
That's the best. We just noped out an ending.
Yeah. No, sir. Someone was inside.
I'm not saying.
That's delicious.
And that is satisfying enough.
This crew was not about to enter that
Oh
ship.
no!
Oh, hell
Yeah,
no.
we are
Oh,
not prepared to deal
No,
with Xenos.
no, that's
at
not.
any
No,
time.
that's not something that's gonna happen.
I don't. Shooting was one of the few things I was good at. I didn't get to do it at all.
Yeah, those Russians gave up real easy.
Well, you
Were
guys had
scary.
them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
That's great.
That was fun.
I try not to make my NPCs suicidal.
Yeah, I totally agree.
Especially when they have this amazing get-rich-quick scheme.
So did they find it?
Yes.
Got it.
Yeah. The two brothers found it.
So they were just out here scouting around.
Yeah.
And,
So we solved that mystery. We did.
Yeah.
We pieced that shit together. I'm proud
I was
of us.
waiting like, no, Drake is a red herring.
Red herring.
Drake is a red herring.
Yeah.
But that's always the problem with red herrings. They're real hard to let go of.
Well, as soon as somebody, I don't know who it was, but as soon as somebody asked, like,
what do you mean you don't know who it was?
I honestly don't remember. No, but as soon as as soon as you said like, when was the message come, and when was the Drake's plan put into motion? Then it was
then it was all
then it was
over,
like,
yeah.
okay, yeah, the Drake's that has nothing to do with anything.
Yeah.
That was great.
Yeah.
That was a great
I
play.
dig it.
All right.
I liked it.
Yeah, thanks, Stu.
Thank you very much for viewing. For those of you who stuck with us until the wee hours of 11:15 or whatever time
Yeah.
it is.
And we're
Love
sorry.
And you'll see the second half of this adventure in 2 weeks.
Right. And when a braver crew comes in,
Yeah, played by different people with different characters.
Better
They'll have,
Effective.
they will have all of their
I
limbs.
would like to say you have to put our crew of misfits as NPCs on a ship.
Oh yeah.
oh yeah,
Like, let the next set of players play the more competent people on the ship.
And the Lizzie one.
Yeah.
The Lizzie 1 comes after the Lizzie 27.
right.
What are these morons doing? They ignited a supernova.
They learn by making mistakes. Let them go.
They blew up a moon. A moon!
All right. Well,
All right, we're gonna shoot you.
Don't tell them that!
Is that what we heard? That's what you heard. Okay.
These guys are terrible.
Thank you, and I think we'll be back at 9
9
tomorrow
a.m.
morning, Pacific time. I don't remember what the game is.
Lighthearted.
Lighthearted. Okay,
Lighthearted.
excellent. That's a PBTA app. Yeah.
No,
Savage
it's-
Worlds hat.
Savage
No,
Worlds.
Not even that anymore.
It's its own
own
thing
thing.
now.
Its own
Yeah.
thing.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
Its own thing.
It
And
began
that's-
life
that's-
in one direction, and it has ended up as its entirely
That's
own.
Kurt.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a cool game.
Kurt Potts.
So there you go. Thank you very much, and we will see you tomorrow at 9 a.m. Pacific time. Thank you for viewing, and
We're sorry.
and especially he is very sorry.
I am
That's a
sorry.
personal apology.
Yeah.
That's it. Thank you.
HR loves you.
We're here to help.
We're here to help.